Oh yeah, yeah.
I think we definitely I think we definitely know some snake in the grass over there. But hell of a matchup to begin the show. Really enjoyed what we
Exactly.
saw so far, and
Mm,
it's a good way to kick off the show. And obviously, you keep the momentum going with Judgment Day, and you have to wonder now with Edge coming back, is this going to lead to a matchup between Finn Balor as well as Edge coming up at Clash at the Castle of Cardiff this Saturday at 1 p.m. I think if anybody wants to check, I believe my channel now is going live for the show tonight. So if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button below over there for my channel as well as for Earl's and the Hardcore Sports Network. We appreciate everybody that's come here, Mackenzie TV as well as Chad, everybody that's come along here for the Raw Watch Along. We appreciate you guys coming here. It's the Monday Night Raw Go Home Show for WWE Clash at the Castle that'll be at 1 p.m. Saturday in Wales. So thank you guys for coming over. We really appreciate it. Smash that like button. Sub up to the channels if you guys haven't already. And thank you for joining us for this watch along tonight. We appreciate it a lot.
And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, not only that, but here tonight, I'm going to make a really good announcement. Jeffrey and I will be coming back together again on Sunday night because we're going to be doing the all-out watch-along, and we hope that you will tune in for that. As well as the Monday Night Raw watch along. So Jeffrey and I, we were going to be linked like subway chains. Subway chains. Yeah.
Subway chains. And it's going to be a big weekend of wrestling, everybody. Just be prepared. There's a lot of great wrestling that's going to be happening this weekend. You got Clash at the Castle, 1 p.m. on Saturday, as well as on Sunday. You got not just one, but two big-time pay-per-views that are going to be happening that day. You got WWE Worlds Collide, where it's going to be NXT UK taking on NXT in overall pay-per-view. You got a couple of big-time matchups. You got Miko Satomura versus Mandy Rose versus Blair Davenport for the WWE Undisputed NXT Championship, as well as you got Tyler Bate versus Braun Breaker for the Undisputed WWE NXT Championship. So you got a bunch of good matchups going on there, as well as AEW All Out coming up on Sunday night. So we appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you very much. And we cannot wait to be here for some great WWE and AEW wrestling this weekend. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's and Jeffrey brilliantly did point it out to everyone. This is going to be a fun weekend for me as a wrestling fan. And it's going to be a lot of fun because this Thursday night, September 1st, we have a massive, and I mean a massive. Thank you very much. Smash the like. Okay, thank you, Mackenzie TV. Yes, as I said before Raw comes back, massive show this Thursday for the wrestling experience. Tune in for that. I will tell you who's going to be on the show this as soon as we go back to commercial. But Judgment Day is in the ring, and they're looking for Edge.
You really have to wonder what they're going to say on this one.
Rhea Ripley is inviting Edge to come down to the ring. Now, remember, she cannot get involved in this.
No.
She cannot get physically involved. They're monitoring her very carefully. Oh yeah.
Love hearing this. Finn Balor is getting mad.
Yeah, he wants to know he wants to know where his AEW A&E special is.
He deserves one too for everything he's been through with this company and how the work he's put in. He deserves an A&E special for him.
You know why they won't do it? Because Vince McMahon screwed him up.
They did. But that's why Triple H is here to help recover him, because Triple H loves Finn Balor, and he's going to make sure he does everything to make sure Finn Balor looks like a superstar again.
Yes. Agreed.
You know, I'm thinking about this too, Earl, just thinking about it. You know how they teased last week at the end of Monday Night Raw, if there's a possible, we'll have Beth Phoenix come into the ring? That's a possible tease of a potential Beth Phoenix and Edge mixed tag team matchup that could be happening when Rhea Ripley gets cleared against either Damian Priest or Finn Balor with Rhea Ripley. So just keep that in mind. After what happened in the events happened at the end of Monday Night Raw, they are teasing a potential mixed tag team matchup with the return of the Glamazon with her husband Edge against two-thirds of the Judgment Day. So just be on the aware and the lookout for something like that that could be on the horizon.
I like that kind of booking. I really
Me
do.
too.
That's a very solid booking. It's just a matter of what Triple H wants to do with that kind of a booking. And here comes Edge with his pyro. Oh man, can you imagine his pyro going off in Cardiff in front of
Oh, the place is going to go nuts.
70,000 people?
There's very few guys that can just bring on the energy and just get you excited when they even come out from their entrance music, like Edge can. Edge just has the energy. He just brings everything to the table in terms of like getting you pumped up and excited from running out to the ramp, throwing up his fist, pyro going off, and then cutting one of the most passionate promos that any single wrestling fan out there can expect. Edge is just the guy that always gets you excited. Now he's going to be cutting a promo right now. What's going to be happening? CWE Bed-Stuy. How you doing, man? Thank you very much for coming by the channel tonight. If you haven't already, please hit the like button below and sub up to myself, Earl Cole, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. We appreciate you coming by the WWE Monday Night Raw Watch-Along.
Thank you very much. Which is being broadcast tonight on Jeffrey's channel, my channel, the Hardcore Sports Network, and all points in between. So thank you very much for coming in and tuning in. We really greatly appreciate it. Because it's 2022, so quit being a caveman. You're going to be single for the rest of your life. Yes, his wife is a badass. That is true.
No, Rhea Ripley has never messed with anything like Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix in her heyday was one of the best female wrestlers out there. She was great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you couldn't score tickets to the My Chemical Romance tour.
He pulled out My Chemical Romance. Wow. There's very few people that can cut it on the mic as good as Edge can. Edge is just one of those guys that just got better and better and better when he got the opportunity to be a solo star, and he's just run with it. He's so passionate, and he cuts some of the most devious, evil, and yet amazing promos on the mic. He just got better with age.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, the Mysterios are in the ring, and they're beating the stew out of the Judgment Day. Edge is going after 3-on-3. Rhea Ripley, I hope she's not getting involved in this.
I think she might be ready. She might be cleared and ready to go.
Oh, well. Grease and Edge are going at it on the outside. Oh, he threw him right into the audience. Rhea Ripley.
Kendo sticks.
Rhea Ripley is laughing. Rhea Ripley is laughing.
Mac, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming by the Raw Watch Along with us tonight. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button and sub up to my guy, Mac the Giants fan. He's one of my co-hosts on the Premium Take Show every single Sunday. And he's going to be doing a big-time show this coming Wednesday for the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. And he's going to be having some special guests on there. So if you guys haven't already, check out his stuff. He also is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to the WWE and AEW.
I just want to let everybody know one thing. Mac the Giants fan is going to debut on the Wrestling Experience on September 22. So I'm very excited. Mac the Giants fan is coming on the Wrestling Experience. Rhea Ripley right now is trying to talk Mysterio's son out of using the kendo stick.
She dwarfs Dominic. She dwarfs him.
Yep. So
I'd actually
Dominic
take
is.
Rhea in this matchup.
Yeah. She's giving Rhea the. He gave Rhea the kendo stick, and Rhea is saying, "Come on, I'm gonna swing this kendo stick at the three of you." She wants to take on the men. She's taking on three men.
They're
Nope,
sort
they're
of
pulling
making her
her.
like
No,
China.
no, they're pulling her back. They're pulling her back. I don't think she's medically cleared. No, they don't want her
No,
to
I
do
think they're
that.
teasing it. I think they're
Oh,
teasing her potentially coming back. It's like, they're giving like little teases, Earl, on and off of her potentially coming back, but it's like they're not actually pulling the trigger yet to get you excited
okay.
when she gets back in the ring.
Oh, okay. I was a little nervous there because I didn't know what they were doing there. I said, please, if she's not medically clear, don't do that. Don't get
I,
her involved. Mm.
I sort of like it though because they're teasing her a little bit like a China. Like she can
Yes.
go with the men. I
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, she can hang with the men.
And she could,
Oh,
with her intimidating look and size, she could definitely hang with the man. And I mean,
yeah.
it's just going to make her even look more like a dominant figure out there in the ring, and obviously on the outside. It's just got to hear a couple more promos though. But I'm really
Right.
loving the fact they're teasing her right now in terms of
Yeah.
coming back to having a potential matchup with these three. And you
Right.
have to wonder how Beth Phoenix is going to factor into this whole storyline too.
Exactly. And now we're talking about Dexter Loomis kidnapping the Miz last Monday night.
This was awesome.
Oh,
This was
there's Miz.
awesome. Dexter. Oh, I'm so happy WWE brought him back. Miz is there with Ciampa side by side right now, heading over to a backstage interview with Kevin Patrick.
Right. He was talking about how Dexter Loomis was arrested last Tuesday night on NXT.
Yep. I don't know if you saw that, Earl, but Dexter Loomis made his return to NXT that Tuesday. He was reuniting with Indy Hartwell for a little bit, so you had a nice little reunion of Index. And then eventually the cops came out right before they went on the outside of the arena and arrested her, but he handed her a note. So that could mean we could be seeing the call up of a one Indy Hartwell to the main roster, and we could be seeing Index on the main roster very soon.
I have no issues with that.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in commercial. We are in commercial right now, ladies and gentlemen, for Monday Night Raw. We want to welcome you to the Raw Watch Along here on the Hardcore Sports Network. We are on Jeffrey's channel, Jeffrey's YouTube channel. We're also on Jeffrey's Twitter channel.
Yep.
We're on my Twitter. We're on my channel. We're
Make
on
sure you sum them
Facebook.
up.
Yep, Jay, we're literally exploding here tonight on
We're everywhere you want us. Everybody you want to get in contact with us, we're here. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you guys need to catch us. Twitch, we're here for you guys. We're going to give you the Raw Watch Along rundown with here. So I hope you guys are enjoying your night tonight. If you guys haven't already, please smash that like button on every single one of the channels and the platforms that you're watching the WWE Raw Watch Along. Thank you very much for coming by, and we appreciate it so much. And just before the commercial, we saw Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca Belair heading to the ring, and it looks like they're going to be getting ready for a matchup, and as well building up for their eventual six-woman match against the Control, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. And we have to wonder,
and
two-thirds of that group going to be the women's tag champs.
And just let me just say something. This match, ladies and gentlemen, the Control must win to keep the momentum going for Clash of the Castle this Sunday weekend.
Absolutely.
I do not want to see anything else in the booking realm. I do not want to see anything else in this match. All I want to see is the control this match, and that is it. That is it.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
they
give
should
them
not
a
be losing.
no, no, no. They'll give them a gallant effort, but in the end, the control will come on top in this match. So that's what I'm looking for, and I hope that's what we get here tonight. I don't accept anything else. I will not accept anything else.
No, it'd be absolutely ridiculous booking, especially with the fact that the Control, since they debuted and come back to the WWE, they've been booked the absolutely right way that they should be booked. There's a new heel faction, a group that's pretty much taking over the women's division, so you expect them to continue to be booked strong, and they should not be losing on Raw, at a pay-per-view, doesn't matter what night it is. These women should be booked as strong as possible because you're pretty much getting ready for Dakota Kai and Io Sky to be holding those WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And as well, you might be getting ready for Bayley to eventually take that WWE Raw Women's Championship from Bianca Belair going forward and make sure you give the Control all those belts going forward. So I agree. They should not be losing anytime soon at all. They should be booked like the way they have been booked.
Yep. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, I will not accept anything else.
No.
I will be thoroughly disappointed if that's not the direction you're going to go into. The women's finals are tonight. Dakota Kai and Io Sky will become the new women's tag team champions, and the Control will be in control.
And just to make everybody think, this is not us already. This is not a prediction. Not to quote Paul Heyman, but this is not a prediction. This is literally a spoiler. There is
Right.
no way Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez are winning this match. The only reason why they're in this match is to showcase Raquel Rodriguez, and Aaliyah is there specifically to eat the pin.
Right. And if I was booking this match, I would have Io Sky pin Raquel to become the new tag team champion.
I disagree. I would not be pinning Raquel Rodriguez because she's the one right now that has the more, the more build to her.
Okay.
Aaliyah's got to
I
take the
do.
pin.
Okay, I agree with that. Okay,
Yeah.
I reverse course, ladies and gentlemen.
Dance87, thank you very much for coming by the stream tonight. If you haven't already, please hit the like button.
Dance87, how are you tonight? Thank you so much for dropping in. Hello, Dance87. Thank you very much.
If you have not already, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already to NYG Jeffy T3285, as well as Earl E. Cole, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. We're all streaming right now on 6 different platforms: mine, Earl's, and the Hardcore Sports Network on YouTube, as well as Earl's, myself, and the Hardcore Sports Network on Twitter right now. So we appreciate you coming by, Dance87. And what's going on, my guy? Unpopular Opinion Sports. If you haven't checked out his stuff, does some of the best unpopular takes on all sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. Go check out his channel. He's some of the best stuff going on right now. And we have Alexa Bliss and Oscar coming out right now.
Yes, and hello, Unpopular Opinion Sports. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much for dropping in. Just to let everybody know, this is the Raw Watch-Along. As Jeffrey brilliantly says, we are streaming on 6 different platforms here tonight. We are all over the place, all over the internet. And Clash of the Castle preview they're showing that right now. And it's going to be fun. This is going to be a fun Labor Day weekend full of wrestling. As I said before, Jeffrey and I, we are going to be entwined in wrestling because we got All Out, we got the Clash of the Castle, and then we have the Raw Watch-Along. So got a lot of wrestling to do and a lot of heavy lifting to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, the match is underway.
This is interesting, unless they changed.
Wait, who are these ladies?
You know what this is?
These are jobbers.
Yeah,
okay.
These are probably some women there in the local area right now that they're going to try to put against, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca Belair right now, just to make them look stronger as they head in to their matchup at Clash at the Castle.
Okay,
one of them actually looks like Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I thought that was, but no, Chris Statlander. I believe she had successful knee reconstructive surgery today. So
Yes.
she's going to be out a while.
Now, Earl, do you have any idea who these three young women are right now in this area? Like, have they mentioned their names at all? Of who these women are?
No, they haven't. None of the broadcasters have, which I'm very surprised.
This is a very old school WWE tactic too. You bring in a couple of women that are going to be those enhancement talents. They're going to try to help the other women that are trying to get over more and push them to like help them out as they get more momentum heading towards a big pay-per-view. So this is actually not a bad idea at all.
No, I don't have any issues with this. These are
No.
Pittsburgh natives. These women are Pittsburgh natives, and I guess the
Raphael,
WWE.
what's going on, man?
Oh, Raphael, what's going on, man? Salute, salute. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much for dropping in.
If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe up to his channel as well, Raphael Chassin, where he's going to be doing some of his great work over there, previewing some of the Raiders football, as well as he's going to be doing some one-on-one interviews that he's been doing on his show recently and for a while. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our guy, Raphael Chassin. Does great work over there. And we appreciate you, Rap, coming by the WWE Raw watch-along tonight. If you haven't already, man, hit those like buttons on all the channels and subscribe to Earl, myself, as well as, well, I think you're already subscribed to all of us, but if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channels. But thank you for coming by.
And Jeffrey has done a good job, as always, ladies and gentlemen, pumping
As
up
are you.
the.
As are you.
As
Don't give me all the
you-
credit. You take as much
he,
credit as I have, man.
oh, no, my friend, you always pump up this show, and I really greatly appreciate it. And Oscar just got pushed off the cover. Ooh, what a kick by Oscar! And Alexa Bliss with a DDT. Ooh, KOD, the kiss of death. Here we go.
Ooh.
Bang! That's it. That's
Is
it.
that
Oh
the name
no.
of the wrestlers? Chad Schrader, is that the name of the wrestlers that are on that are the enhancement talents right now?
Uh-oh. Oscar. That's it. She taps, and that's the end of that. Earl and Jeff, I'm happy to see you. And Ken for the Thank you very much, Chad. I appreciate that.
Thank you. One of them does look familiar. I don't know if maybe she was performing on AEW Dark for a while, but one of them does look a little familiar. I just can't remember her name.
Okay. The Oscar lock. The Oscar lock, and then she tapped. I'm just glad that. Oh no, Oscar's got the mic. Oh no, no, no. Oh no.
Please make her cut a serious promo. None of the Oscar stuff we've been hearing. I can't stand when she does that.
I'm going to mute the TV right now. I'm going to mute the TV because.
Well, I mean, maybe she'll actually say something. So I do want to hear what she says. Thank you.
Jeffrey, go. Give me the rundown here.
I'm gonna pause my mic for a sec so I can hear what they say.
Okay.
Bianca just pretty much said like that these women have not been here for a while. She's been holding it down for the whole show for a while, and that she's going to make sure they come out as champion, as the victors on the show.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. I just didn't want to hear Asuka because the last time they booked her, it wasn't good. It was like they made her like a 6-year-old child, and I can't stomach that. I can't. I'm sorry.
She really didn't say that much at all. She pretty much just went out there and said her usual lines like, "Nobody is ready for Asuka." What? Wait, who's the Danny girl? Because I think I might know who Danny is because I remember she might have been one of those women that wrestled a whole lot on AEW Dark. I do remember somebody that was with Dark for a while. I don't remember Katie. but I do remember one of them was an AEW talent for a while. So I wonder if WWE is bringing them in to scout them, or they're just pretty much enhancement talents since they're in the Pittsburgh area. And now we got Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Pearce, and The Miz backstage talking about how Dexter Loomis pretty much abducted them last week on Monday Night Raw.
If you didn't see in the corner of the screen, while Asuka was doing her while the three girls were in the ring and they were doing their promo, WWE security jumped the barricade and they are looking for Mr. Loomis in the audience. So this storyline is not going away.
Drew on that beat, what's going on, man? How are you doing tonight?
Drew
Good to see
on
you
the
again
beat.
in the chat.
Yes, Drew on the beat. What's up? How are you tonight? Hit that like button. Drew on the beat. Thank you.
Drew is on that beat. Drew is on that beat. Drew is on that beat. I'm sorry, but I don't know how you feel about this, Earl, but can we please just get Tommaso Ciampa away from The Miz? I know The Miz has actually not been as unbearable.
Please.
Get him away from The Miz. Get him away from The Miz. Please.
Here comes Kurt Angle, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I gotta hear this. I gotta hear the "You Suck." Gotta hear those "You Suck" chants. I miss them so much.
Is he wrestling? It looks like he's wrestling.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. Nothing's better than the... Oh, my God. He's got the wrestling gear on.
Yeah. I know he recently had surgery. He looks good. Yeah,
there's nothing that is ever better than a Kurt Angle "You Suck" chant. I love it. Oh God.
Oh gosh.
Talking about Kurt Angle back then to Kurt Angle 2022.
And Chad Gable. All right. This is not going to be a good segment. I don't know about this.
I disagree. I think this is going to be great. I think this is going to be awesome.
Oh, okay.
Kurt Angle, you have Kurt Angle's nerdy persona back in 2000 to Kurt Angle light persona in 2022 with Chad Gable. I think this is going to be great. I love Chad Gable's work. I think he's fantastic. So I think this segment is going to be hilarious.
Yeah. All right, we're going to commercial. This Sunday on A&E, it is the story behind WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 1.
This is so good. I'm actually getting giddy for this because it's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's in the ring. And if you have gotten the chance to see Kurt Angle wrestle in his prime, you are one of the luckiest people because he was arguably a guy that was a game changer in wrestling. Being able to go from an amateur wrestler. Right. Go ahead, Earl.
No. Go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm going to ask you a question.
I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to meet Kurt Angle, but this guy is like one of those guys that is a game changer for wrestling. He came from an amateur wrestling background. Like he's always said in these promos, he pretty much wrestled with a broken freaking neck and was able to win a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. And he was able to not only make the transition from amateur wrestling to WWE superstar and not only just continue that in the ring, but he became such an amazing character, whether it was his heel nerdy persona back in 2000 when he first debuted, or when he was turning into like the crazy psychopathic, like intense Kurt Angle back in the mid-2000s. I mean, Kurt Angle was a guy that was just revolutionized the business, and he slotted in so perfectly during that Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression time with such amazing feuds against guys like Chris Jericho, Triple H, John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Shane McMahon. the list goes on. Shawn Michaels, have you ever seen his matchup against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21 or 21 or 22? I mean, this guy was unbelievable what he did. It's unbelievable what Kurt Angle did in wrestling, and you got to give this guy credit and just all the respect in the world. And that's why people chant "You suck," because it's not because we actually don't like him; it's because we respect the hell out of him for what he's done for this business.
Exactly, and he took his place, his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. Now let me ask you something, Jeffrey. When he was the general manager of Raw, did you like that gimmick? No.
I don't know how I feel. I think they sort of made him feel like I didn't really like it overall. They sort of made him feel like a stooge in a way a lot of the time. So it didn't really fit him at that time. I think because he didn't really have the free reign and free roam that he could have had if, like, say, Vince McMahon was not in charge of creative and Triple H actually gave Kurt Angle a little bit more free reign to be the actual Kurt Angle. But also, I mean, no, I just didn't like it. I thought it could have been a lot better, to be honest.
Well, you know something, he did fall. He did fell out of love with the WWE because he did mention that when he was the general manager, he wanted to be the head writer for
Yes.
Raw, and Vince said no. Vince says absolutely not. I'm not doing that. That is not for you. That wouldn't fit you. And so Angle was like, okay, well, I'm going to give up the GM ship, and I don't want to do this anymore. And that's the role that they did. They gave him a way out, and he did.
It's so stupid, too, that because Kurt Angle is one of your greatest wrestlers you've ever had in the business, you should be able to give that guy the respect he deserves. But it's just what Vince McMahon was like. If you do one thing that gets on his nerves, he's just going to throw you off to the side and bury you. We had his last match against Baron freaking Corbin. But he
Right,
should have had it against John Cena, who he had
right.
arguably his greatest rivalry against, was John Cena. And he didn't let him do that. And
Yeah.
that's who Kurt Angle wanted to have his last match against.
Yeah, that's what he
So,
wanted, but Vince was like, "No, I'm gonna give you this direction."
exactly.
Um,
Since
he
you're a little
also
ahead of me, Earl, what do we got? What are these guys doing right now? Like, what kind of promo are they
Chad
going? God.
Chad is talking about Kurt Angle and day out and day in and day out and how he's a good athlete, how he's a good person. Gold medal. Chad is like complimenting him about how he won the gold medal. He won it with his broken frickin' neck. Love it.
It's like I'm staring at a mirror. I'm literally just sitting here staring at a mirror with Kurt Angle and Chad Gable. Exactly the same type of guy.
Have you ever met Kurt Angle in person, Jeffrey?
Yes, I have. I actually had the chance to meet him. He was doing a signing at a vitamin store over not that far from the Willowbrook Mall in New
And
Jersey
then let
years
me
ago.
ask you a question. Did you take the picture?
Yes, I did. I have
Okay,
a
great.
picture, and
Perfect.
I once where he wasn't actually doing a wrestling signing, but I wore a merchandise from him, one of like a from this angle, "You suck" shirt, and I wanted to make sure I brought that because Kurt Angle was always one of my favorites, and he was
I
doing
think that
something to promote his vitamin, his appearance he was making at the vitamin shop. When he saw that shirt, he started smiling. He's like, "I love that shirt. Thank you
let me
so much for coming back there." And I was just like, it was a dream to be able to see Kurt Angle in person.
you know something, that story just gave me the chills. It really did.
This
I love hearing stories like that from other wrestling fans. I love hearing stories like this.
I mean,
Okay,
I've met some. Go ahead. I'm
Chad
sorry.
Gable is it's okay. Chad Gable is offering something to Kurt Angle right now. Go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
No, I actually want to hear what these guys are going to say in the promo. So go
Okay.
ahead. I'm curious to hear what Chad Gable's going to say.
Chad Gable says thank you. So now he's going to give Angle. Okay. Otis is giving Angle right now a red jacket.
He wants to join the Alpha Academy. Kurt Angle's probably not happy about
Uh-oh.
this.
Angle said I pass. Angle just threw
Adrian,
the
what's going on, man? How you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well.
Adrian.
Thank you for coming by the stream.
Yeah, Adrian, hello. How are you tonight? Hit that like button. Chad says I saw Angle wrestle and I think facing Samoa Joe.
Was his first
Oh, okay.
opponent in TNA.
Mm. Chad Gable.
I'll pass.
Chad
Yeah, he'll
Gable
pass
just.
on it.
Chad Gable just said, "Shush, please," to Kurt Angle. Shush, please. Thank you.
Such a nerd.
And then
He's such a
Angle,
nerd.
right? And then Angle said, "You shush." He said, "I do the shushing. You don't shush me. I shush you." So now they're gonna have a shush match.
Yeah,
Shush,
shush
shush,
Kurt Angle.
shush, 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 shush. They're going back and forth with the shush, shush, shush. I mean, they're both nerds. They're both nerds. I love it. This is funny. This is a funny
I
segment.
love these guys. I love these guys. And Mac is right. If anybody remembers, the first rivalry that Kurt Angle had when he went to TNA was when he went up against Samoa Joe. And you guys remember one of the biggest interactions when Kurt Angle debuted in TNA and he gave Samoa Joe a headbutt. And Joe's
Yeah.
face just started gushing blood from the headbutt. And it was
Yep.
just seeing these guys brawl. It was one of the best wrestling moments of the past 10, 20 years. I mean,
Okay.
how can you not love Kurt Angle?
And the Street Profits have joined Kurt Angle. And they're dressed in Pittsburgh Steelers colors.
There you go. You know the Street Profits are going to be up there, and you know they're going to be coming for that smoke against the Alpha Academy.
Right.
Kurt Angle's actually, that was pretty good. Kurt Angle struggled a little bit. You know, he doesn't have that same zing that he had back in the day. It was a little vintage Kurt there. Like, you know, he was
Right.
very quick on the mic, quick-witted at the time. So I enjoyed that.
Right. Okay, so the Street Profits look like they're going to have a tag match with the Alpha Academy with Angle in the Profits corner.
There we go. Now, Earl, I was going to ask you before, too. What do you think they are going to be doing with the Street Profits? It feels like since they lost their tag team title match at SummerSlam, they've been very directionless. Like, this group they're going nowhere. They're pretty much doing backstage segments. There's really no direction with this group. They were teasing a heel turn a little bit right after their SummerSlam matchup, but it just seems like it might be a slow burn. But it seems like the Street Profits are a little bit directionless at the moment. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, Jeffrey. Unfortunately, they cannot go for the Raw tag team belts anymore, and they cannot keep booking them in that. So there needs to be some kind of a new direction to go with this group. Not unless you want to break them up and put one on Raw and one on SmackDown and let them thrive like that, or you want to make them heel or something. Something has to pop off here. Something has to happen with the Street Profits because you can't book them anymore against the Usos. Those days are over. The
No.
audience is not going to want to see that again. They're not going to gravitate to that. So you have to figure out something. Something in the booking realm has to happen here with the Profits. You either split them up and put one on Raw and one on SmackDown, or you're gonna make them a heel. One out of the two, you got to do whatever. You gotta think outside the box here. It's either one way street or another street. So I'm not sure.
I agree with you 100%. Just before I give my answer on it, thank you everybody that's been coming by the watch along tonight. My guy Adrian, the Sports 4177, he does some great stuff when it comes to wrestling, as well as the Denver Broncos. He does some awesome shorts on his channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you go sub up to him. Thank you, everybody, for coming by the watch along for Monday Night Raw with my guy over here, Earl Cole. Does the Wrestling Experience every single Thursday, where he's going to be having a special guest, the Wrestling Experience debut of Mac the Giants fan. So make sure you guys check them out on Thursday. And thank you guys for coming by the Raw Watch Along with us. This is NYG Jeffy T 3285 as well as Earl Cole. We're streaming right now on 6 different platforms. On my channel right here, so you can see right there below and the highlight in the blue, as well as Earl's channel as well, and the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as we are streaming currently on Twitter on all 3 of our channels, myself, Earl's, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you, everybody, for coming by the stream tonight. We hope that everybody had a fantastic Monday. In terms of the Street Profits, what's going on, Big Boy Facts Johnny TV?
Hey, Big Boy Facts Johnny. Hello, how are you? Hit the like button. Jeffrey said it brilliantly, ladies and gentlemen. As always, he always brings it each and every Monday night. We are broadcasting on 6 different platforms here tonight on the Hardcore Sports Network. If you want to show support to the Hardcore Sports Network, the link for their YouTube channel is in the description below. All you have to do is just log on to it, and you can subscribe. Subscribe to Jeffrey, subscribe to me, subscribe, hit the like button. Jeffrey is not only a passionate wrestling fan, he's also a Giants fan, and he also brings it. He has knowledge of football and wrestling, and he does it all. And everything this man touches, ladies and gentlemen, turns to gold. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to find any
as long as it's not fool's gold. As long as it's not fool's gold. I mean, I appreciate that, man. Not everything I say turns to gold.
Well, you know something, Jeffrey. You know, I've seen you in action, and I am in awe every time I see you live on YouTube. It is just absolutely entertaining to watch. Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get to a couple of these questions real quick. I apologize for.
Okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Okay. Let's.
We got Mac the Giants fan says, "Do you think we're going to be seeing Sasha and Naomi tonight?" I think it's possible.
That's a possibility, possible. Mac the Giants fan. That's possibility. That is a possibility, Mac the Giants fan. Who will win the Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre? Adrian the Sport for 4177. If you tune into my show this Thursday night, I will have a prediction for that show. I will have a prediction, so please tune into that. I will give you my
breaking news. I apologize for interrupting. We have breaking news concerning Clash at the Castle. It is going to be the Mysterios and Edge taking on the Judgment Day this Saturday at Clash at the Castle. So there's going to be a 6-man tag, and yes, Rhea Ripley will be in the matchup. So it's going to be the Mysterios, Rey and Dominic, along with Edge, taking on the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest this coming Saturday. That's going to be a hell of a 6-man tag. Well, 6-man/woman tag. So I apologize. You may continue, Earl. I just want to break that news to everybody in the chat.
Well, thank you very much, Jeffrey. I appreciate the breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so at this point, you need to order the Clash of the Castle. I have a very strong feeling this is going to be the most strongest, solid pay-per-view we have ever seen from Triple H. So I cannot wait to this Saturday afternoon. It's going to be fantastic. Please, like I said before, join us for the Clash of the Castle this Saturday. It's going to be a fun Saturday afternoon. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Street Profits are being chopped by the Alpha Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Gable is chopping at Montez Ford in the corner.
Now, I have a question for you too, Earl.
Yes.
Matt just made a point right here on the comment that he thinks that this might be the possibility with the 6-man/woman tag this coming Saturday, that this might be the time they trigger that heel turn for Dominic and he joins the Judgment Day. Do you think that could happen this coming Saturday, that they're setting it up for a heel turn?
I would not be surprised if that's the road that they travel on. I would not be shocked. I'll tell you that right now. If he turned on his father, I would not be shocked. I would
Neither would
not.
I.
I
I
would
think that'd
not
be
be
an
shocked.
appropriate time to do it. And in terms of what Mac's question was earlier about if Sasha and Naomi are going to return tonight, I think it depends on where they're going to be placing that women's tag team tournament finals. If it's going to be at the end of the show, then I think you're going to be expecting some type of surprise. They would not place that match at the main event of the show if they weren't planning on some type of angle. That's what Triple H has been doing recently, setting up a reason for you to tune in to that like 10:50 to 11 o'clock showing, or even like 9:50 to 10. So just be prepared if something like that happens. In terms of the championship between Reigns and Drew McIntyre, the way they're building up McIntyre, that he has to win. Reigns, he has a 2-year reign, 700 days. He doesn't need the title anymore. Take it off him. Put it on Drew. It's in his home country. Let Drew McIntyre run with that championship and let Roman Reigns be able to take some time off. Go ahead, Earl.
I agree with the entire assessment. I'm not going
Thank
to
you.
argue with it. I'm not going to argue with it. I agree with the entire assessment. I think this is what's going to happen, Mac the Giants fan. We're going to have new tag team champs. The Control will win the match. Okay, the Control will then make some kind of a promo, or they're going to cut something that we're dominant and we're in
What's
control.
up,
All of a
further? How you
sudden,
doing, bro?
hello further. How are you? And then what'll happen is here comes Sasha and here comes Sasha Banks music. Come on, biggest pop you have ever seen. They come out. They then challenge the Control for those tag team championships. Now,
Yep.
I don't know when that'll happen, maybe at the next pay per view, but it will happen. And I think I have a feeling that that's exactly what they're going to mix in with this tonight. I'm
You
not
wouldn't
sure,
have it
but
at that.
it
You wouldn't
could
have
it
it
could
on the
happen.
show. You wouldn't have it as a
It,
pay per view. You would save it.
um, yeah. What I would do is I would have them come out. This is the way I would book it. I would have them come out. I would have them confront the Control and say,
Mm.
you know what? You're not as dominant as we are. And I challenge you for those tag team belts. Now, of course, you can't book it at the Cash of the Classic because the card has already been filled. But but there is another pay per view behind the Clash of the Castle. So I would do it then, right then and there, and book that for the next pay per view offering from the WWE.
I'll one up you. Why don't you save that for a Monday Night Raw show after Clash at the Castle, and then you have yourself a big time matchup on that Monday Night Raw? You can have Sasha and Naomi come out, and they can come out and say, "You women might have been the champions, but you're the interim champions. We never lost the belts. We never had anybody pin us, and we're challenging you two to a WWE Unified Tag Team Women's Championship match next Monday night on Raw." And there's your main event. And you can have that match be its single match to set up that. You could set it up for the pay per view following, but I think it just might be given more importance for people to tune in on that Monday Night Raw come next week. And you have a big match of set up for the fallout from Clash of the Castle. I agree with
I
you that could do that, but I think it might be a big merit if you can get a matchup like that on the Monday Night Raw.
I you just again gave me chills, Jeffrey, with that booking.
It just makes sense.
It just
You
makes
have the
sense.
fallout.
It makes sense, and I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going
Mhm.
to argue with it. I'm
It
not
just
even.
makes too much sense.
It just makes perfect sense to me. I'm not gonna challenge it. I'm not even gonna challenge it. I'm
This
just
is a
gonna
hell
get
of a
him.
match going on right now. Montez Ford and Chad Gable laying in the middle of the ring. These guys going at it right now in a fantastic matchup between the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Just in case
And
anybody want to know the in-ring action that's going on right now.
well, we are in commercial, ladies and gentlemen. We are in commercial, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the second hour of Monday Night Raw. Second hour. We are in the second hour. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We're almost to the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. The third and final up. But we're up to the second hour of Monday Night Raw. And right now we are watching a Denny's commercial. A
How's
Denny's
phone game,
commercial.
by the way? How's your phone doing?
So far so good. I was gonna get up a few minutes ago and get my charger, but it looks like my phone may be hanging on, or maybe
Get that
doing
charger
the
ready just in case. Don't be so sure. Get that charger ready in case
yeah.
something
So
happens. Normal
yeah.
guy, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Thank you,
So guy,
everybody, for coming by the chat. Go ahead.
uh, Jeffrey, why don't you take over for a second, and I'm going to pop out, and I'm going to go get my charger, and welcome everyone to the Raw Watch Along.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming by the Raw Watch Along right now. We appreciate you guys coming by. Adrian, Mac, Further, Normal Guy, everybody that's come by the chat today, thank you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you smash that like button and sub up to all these channels right over here, the Hardcore Sports Network. It's really easy. All you got to do is just take your mouse, take your keyboard, slide it over to that thumbs up position, hit that thumbs up. It's going to help out the channels. It's going to help out each channel that's going forward right now, giving you this content for the Monday Night Raw Watch Along. We appreciate you guys coming here. We right now have going on the Street Profits taking on the Alpha Academy with Kurt Angle right now, sitting at the announce table watching this tag team matchup. As well as, if you guys haven't heard the news right now, we're going to have later on Monday Night Raw, we're going to have a face-to-face between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins as they're going to be getting ready for their clash at the castle, no pun intended, heading into this Saturday and their one-on-one matchup that has been anticipated for months, ever since they had their match postponed at SummerSlam, as well as we're going to be getting the WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament Finals between Io Sky and Dakota Kai taking on Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah to figure out who will be crowned the interim or the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming by. Hit that like button for my channel, Earl's channel, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. We're streaming on 6 platforms right now, and we appreciate all you guys' support. We would not be doing this if it wasn't for you. So thank you, guys, and we hope you've had a fantastic Monday overall.
And ladies and gentlemen, I am back. My phone has been plugged in, and let's see if it starts to get a little too hot.
Plug-in has officially been taken care of.
Yes. So Cardiff, Wales, this Saturday, start time of 1:00 on the Peacock Network. That is the Clash of the Castle. We are back with Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 4th installment of the Raw Watch Along. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing number 5. Number 5. And Kurt Angle is clapping at ringside. He's cheering on the Prophet. Yeah, so Normal Guy, thank you very much for coming in further.
Happy soon to be birthday, Normal Guy.
Yeah, happy birthday. Next Sunday is my birthday. Thank you very much, Normal Guy. Happy birthday. Just to let everybody know, Mac the Giants fan will be debuting.
This DDT by Montez Ford.
Great DDT. Otis with a splash in the corner. And a power slam. 1, 2, no. Dawkins just barely kicked out. Just to let everybody know, Mac the Giants fan is coming on the Wrestling Experience on September the 22nd. Look for the Mac the Giants fan to debut on the Wrestling Experience.
Oh my God.
Oh my roll up one. Yeah.
I didn't think Earl that Otis can do that. He just did a roll.
Yeah, I know. Dawkins with the cover 1, 2 on Chad Gable. No, Chad kicks out. For most of you who are new to the telecast, welcome to the Raw Watch Along here in the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole. That is Jeffrey Turner. No, we're not lawyers. We're wrestling fans, and we're watching Monday Night Raw.
I have to say, Earl, I want to give a compliment to Angelo Dawkins because he was criticized a lot for not being that good in the ring. And I have to give this guy hell of credit. I think he's improved so much in terms of his
Yes.
in-ring work to combine
Yes.
with his mic skills because it felt like for a while that Montez Ford was going to be the only guy in that duo that was going to be some type of breakout star and was carrying that tag team.
Right.
Angelo Dawkins has improved a hell of a lot over the past couple of months in terms of his in-ring work. So I got to
Right.
give him credit where credit is due. He's really stepped up his game, especially in those couple of matchups during those Usos and Street Profits Tag Team Championships. So I'm just got to give kudos to Angelo Dawkins in terms of the type of in-ring work he's been producing for his game. And Montez Ford is fantastic. This guy's got megastar written all over him when he eventually goes solo.
And I agree with the assessment. I agree with the entire assessment.
I mean, you could just tell right away that when Montez Ford does go solo, because it's going to happen eventually, that he's going to be booked like a big-time star. He just has it all. Charisma, in-ring ability, everything.
One, two, no. I agree with your assessment.
And in terms of Otis, everybody makes fun of this guy because of, like, you know, the goofy gimmick he had back in his with Heavy Machinery in NXT and beginning of their run in WWE, and now with this new like silent killer type look he has in with the Alpha Academy and Chad Gable. He's a pretty decent wrestler when he actually gets a chance to go. So
Right.
I got to give credit to Otis as well for his size. He can move pretty well in the ring.
But you see, Jeffrey. Again, I don't mean to go back to things, but Vince McMahon ruined him with the stupid Money in the Bank and the thing with Mandy Rose and all of that, and now the ankle lock, on Montez Ford. Chad Gable has the ankle lock like Kurt Angle.
You don't think that's a message right over there to Kurt Angle?
Mm-hmm. He's
you
gonna
see what
tap.
I'm doing over there, Kurt? Don't tap.
He's gonna tap. He's gonna tap. Montez Ford
is putting down the straps. Yes, he is. He's putting down the straps.
Oh, Montez Ford. Montez Ford got the ankle lock, and Chad Gable's trying to
tap.
He's gonna tap.
Tap out.
Oh no, he's gonna tap. He's gonna tap. No, Otis is in the ring. Otis splash. Otis splash Montez Ford.
What a counter. This guy's freakishly athletic. I mean, there's not a lot of guys that have the athleticism of a Montez Ford. I mean, this guy's unbelievably athletic. And his career, this guy's a five-tool player to me. I don't know how anybody else feels, but Montez Ford's got megastar written all over him. Look, he's got the Kurt Angle leverage too, leaning down on Chad Gable, giving him that ankle lock, just like Angle used to do.
1, 2, no.
It's a hell of a matchup.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get on Monday Night Raw now for nowadays. This is what you get on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, what a pounce! What a pounce by! Wow, what a pounce!
For anybody that's a college football fan, normal guy has it right here. LSU is going to be playing against Florida State this coming Sunday. If you're a Florida State or an LSU fan, make sure you watch that.
Yes. The Street Profits win.
As they should.
What a match. What a match. That was a
move.
Look at this pounce. Right. He pushes Otis right over the announce table with the pounce. And then he does it again to Chad Gable.
That's a thing of beauty. That frog splash by Montez Ford. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. Street Profits come out with the win.
I'm telling you, Jeffrey, this is what tag team wrestling should be.
This is what tag team wrestling should be for years. But Vince McMahon hates tag team wrestling.
I have
Another
no
thing,
I have no comment on that. I refuse to
Miz,
comment.
what's going on, my guy? How you doing today, Miz? If you guys haven't already,
Uh,
make sure you sub up my guy, Miz. He's one of the most passionate New York Giants and New York Yankees fan out there. You're
all
going to
right,
get
normal.
great promos. You're going to get great passion from him. So make sure, if you guys haven't already, sub up to my guy, Miz. He's going to bring
Okay.
it to you every single time when it comes to the New York football Giants and New York
Tavi,
Yankees.
uh,
Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for the support. And please, 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 if you like what you see here in the Raw Watch Along, hit that like button. We have greatly appreciated because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are making history.
He's drinking
Oh,
milk.
milk.
I
He's drinking
love
milk.
it. If anybody
He's,
remembers back in the day with Kurt Angle drinking the milk truck, I mean, come on.
that's right. Milk does a body good, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Miz. I appreciate it, man.
They,
Thank you very
I
much
hit
for the
the thumbs
support.
up. Thank you very much, Tavis Miz. Thank you very much for
I'm
the.
telling you, Earl, if you want passion, if you want somebody that's going to get you fired up before a New York Giants or a New York Yankees game, go watch my guy Miz. He puts out some of the most passionate videos out there that if you makes you want to run through a friggin' wall. He will literally make you want to run through a brick wall. He's that good at it. And that he's
Well, you,
easily one of the best out there.
well, let me just say something. You know, you and him should collaborate and do a show called Giants Today. I think
I've
that'll
done some
be.
work with him previously. I've actually been
Oh,
on Miz's channel a couple of times in the past for the New York Giants, essentially. Like, we did some
oh,
Giants
okay.
talk on a live stream earlier this summer. So,
Okay. What's up,
I mean,
Miz?
he's one of the best when it comes to business, and Mac is too. I appreciate you
Okay.
guys coming by and showing the support. Sincerely, thank you guys for coming by for the Raw Watch Along. Really, and thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't. Sub up to all the channels on this that are going to be broadcasting the Raw Watch Along. Myself, Earl Cole, the Hardcore Sports Network. We'll also be streaming right now on Twitter when it comes to Earl's channel, my channel, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it so much, and hope everybody's had a fantastic Monday.
Yes, and as I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, each and every Monday night we have Jeffrey here, and
Make sure
he
you watch
is
that, guys.
yes, yes. Adrian the Sport. I miss Kurt Angle those days. My favorite wrestler. Yeah, top 5 wrestlers. Yes,
Kurt Angle's
Adrian,
tremendous. He is
tremendous.
tremendous.
Thank you so much, Adrian. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody who's in the chat. If you are liking what you're seeing, please hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit the like button on the Sports Network, hit that like button on Jeffrey's channel, hit that like button on my channel, hit that like button all over the place because we are streaming on 6 different platforms, and tonight we're making history. We are
Thank
on, we are
the
on
like.
Jeffrey's. Yep, we are on Jeffrey's Twitter. And we're on Jeffrey's YouTube channel as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the link for his stuff is in the description below. You don't want to miss a beat of what Jeffrey has did because he is a passionate sports fan, and I respect his intelligence and I respect his passion. And ladies and gentlemen, he brings it every Monday night here on the Watch Along, and I couldn't have had a better co-host than what I have today. So, with
I
all
have
of
to
that
say,
being,
Earl, because we actually have something to be excited about on Raw too. How many years have we had to watch garbage Raw over and over and over,
yes,
crap after crap after crap after
yes,
crap? We
years,
actually started our
years.
show. We started our Raw show at the perfect time because we actually got change that was needed, and now the program is more intriguing, more exciting. We have people we want to see, intriguing storylines, great wrestling. It feels like a renaissance that this product and this company has needed. And now Monday Night Raw is arguably the best wrestling show on TV right now. Who the
And I
hell would have
can't,
said
and I
that years
can't,
ago?
and years ago, we wouldn't say
Years,
that. We
over a
wouldn't be,
decade.
we wouldn't have said that in years. How many times have I done my show where I have roasted Raw? to the
It's
core.
too many to count. It was
It's just
crap
too
after
much.
crap.
It's just too much. There's too much to count. It's way too much in the archives. Way too much.
Adrian's top 5 wrestlers right over here. Undertaker, that's definitely a great one to put up there. Eddie
Yes.
Guerrero, one of the best all time, should get more credit
Yeah.
than he deserves. Jeff Hardy, fantastic during his time during the late 90s, early 2000s. Triple H, arguably one of the most dastardly heels in the wrestling business. And, of course, Kurt Angle. Just like we mentioned earlier, the way he transitioned from amateur wrestling to the WWE is just something that many do not have the talent to do. So awesome list right there. I agree with a lot of
Yes,
the people you have there.
I agree, Adrian, with your list. I agree with that. Top 5 ever. Yes.
It's
Yes, Miz. Do you do not Hulk Hogan? Yeah, well, you know something. I grew up on Hulk Hogan. Let me just say something. A lot of people have turned their back on Hulk Hogan of what he done and everything else. I grew up on Hulk Hogan, and I was not I was not a fan of him after what had happened to him afterwards. I was not a fan of it, but I grew up on Hulk Hogan. I don't know how I
it's
feel
tricky
about
with
him now.
him. You know what's tricky about him? Because he was never really the greatest wrestler in the ring, but he just had a presence and a persona that just took over the business like not a lot of people could do. The Hulk Hogan name and the Hulk Hogan presence really took over the wrestling at that time. And if you were a fan of wrestling back in the 80s or the 90s, he was always the guy. He was the guy that was promoted. He was the guy that was pretty much the focal point of that production. And if you're
Right.
just like we had with Austin and we had with The Rock and Mankind and those guys, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers here right now at the WWE Raw show, including defensive end Cam Hayward. We have 3 Pittsburgh players right now, including Pro Bowl All-Pro defensive end
Uh
Cam Hayward. We
oh.
got a backstage brawl going on right now.
Oh yes. Oh yes. This happened today in the Pittsburgh parking lot of the PGG Center.
I think Randy Savage is a little bit outside right now. Look at that. We got Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle right now on the outside. Oh, man. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins face to face. I can't wait for this matchup. This is I think this might steal the show with these two going at it. How can you not be excited for these two with how good they are in the ring? These guys will put on a clinic in the ring. And I love the slow burn they have put on this feud. How could you not love it, Earl? I kind of like that they did not do the match at SummerSlam. I like the tease. There's a lot going on in that show. Why not make people want it more and tease these guys getting ready for that big match?
Right. I agree.
I was a little bit too young. I mean, I didn't start getting into Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage until the WCW days. But everybody knows how big of an impact that these guys had back in the day. It looks we got Corey Graves right now doing a backstage interview with Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Earl, I'm going to let you take it away so you can hear what these guys are saying.
Here's the issue. Rollins is saying he's tip top of the food chain, and he's saying that Riddle is below him.
I'll put him up there too. He's one of them.
He's not on. Seth Rollins is saying that Riddle is not on his level. He said Riddle said I was going to embarrass you at SummerSlam, but you injured me and I couldn't do the match. No,
I cannot wait for these two to go at it.
Rollins saying nobody likes Riddle. Nobody in the locker room can stand him. Nobody can stand him. He said Rollins is saying that he is going to beat the stew out of Riddle for the entire Raw locker room because the entire Raw locker room don't like Riddle.
That was a fantastic matchup too. I agree. That ladder match, it really was the reason that put Jeff Hardy over as a single star when he had that matchup against The Undertaker in that ladder match. It was
Yes.
easily the thing that made Jeff Hardy a bigger single star. Go ahead, Earl. I just want to point out that comment by Adrian before.
No. That was a good compliment. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I appreciate it. Um,
The one thing I love about Rollins is the fact he can just turn off that goofy, happy personality and then just snap of a finger, he goes right into like that sadistic, angry guy. I love it how he does that.
okay. Corey Graves is saying that this is the first time that Riddle and Rollins will be taking on each other at the Clash of the Castle. And he said, I'm going to come into the Cardiff and I am going to put down Riddle. Oh, well, we'll see about that.
Fun little fact, Earl, real quick. I don't know if
Yes.
you knew this, but these two guys do not like each other. There has been a very big history backstage of these two not being fans of each other, including Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle saying some nasty things about Seth Rollins' wife, Becky Lynch, in the past. So these two have had a very tumultuous relationship backstage. And in fact, there were rumors that Seth Rollins did not even want to work with Matt Riddle because of the issues that were going on, what he said about Becky Lynch.
Well,
So
I'm
these two
glad
have
that
had
you
issues.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I don't know if you know the backstory to this, but they have since taken this down on Twitter. In Rochester, New York, the WWE had a house show. Um, Riddle went there and locked Seth Rollins in the coat closet and
I
and
love it.
told management Rollins didn't show up. So you know what they did instead? The WWE management says, "Well, if Rollins is not here, you have to take his place in the match." And that is exactly what happened. So this really lit the fuse even more.
But that's good though. You need that type of thing because it's going to make the match even better because the intensity, the real backstage stuff that these guys had, the animosity they had, it's going to make the match even more awesome because you have
Yeah,
that real life tension that's going on between them, and that's what always makes wrestling exciting is when you have real life tension, real life things going on backstage thrown on a television. It just makes a storyline that much more compelling. And
yeah,
just what happened
exactly.
backstage, you have the Miz pretty much walking out with Ciampa before their matchup, and the
Right.
Miz looking back paranoid because he's thinking that Dexter Loomis right now is right behind him after the kidnapping that had on Monday Night Raw. So I love that little thing. Miz is just sitting there like thinking that he's seeing Dexter Loomis right behind him, and Tommaso Ciampa's like, "Dude, are you all right? Are you okay?"
Let
And
me
we
let
just
me
went to commercial right after that.
Yeah, let me ask you something, Jeffrey. Let me ask you something. Let me pick your brain for a second.
Pick my brain. Let's
Do
see what
you?
you got.
Let me ask you a question. Now, let's just say, for example, you're watching Monday Night Raw. You never saw it before,
Mm.
and you turn on the TV and you're looking at this thing with your friend, and you in your living room, and you see Dexter Loomis there. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you confused about which storyline is he belong to? Does he belong to the Miz storyline, or does he belong with the AJ Styles storyline? At this point, when you're looking at it, are you confused?
At first, I was because I don't know if they actually did that as a swerve or not. Because I really don't know what to make of this because it seemed like at first that he was going to be a heel going after AJ, but then after the events that happened this past last Monday with him capturing the Miz, maybe that was the plan all along that he was going to try to play mind games and take over the Miz. That maybe the AJ Styles stuff was just pretty much a plan. Now we don't really know, but that's the great thing I love what Triple H is doing because he's making you guess. He's
Right.
making you wonder what's the move that he's actually doing. He's not putting out his cards and being like what Vince McMahon would have done, and he would have given you something, and there would be no substance behind it. This
Or
time,
it doesn't make any sense?
it doesn't make sense, and that's the thing I love about it because who the hell knows what right now, what he's doing? Who knows what exactly Dexter
Right.
Loomis's mindset is? If he's
Right.
actually playing mind games with AJ, if he's playing mind games with the Miz, maybe he's playing mind games with both. That's the thing that I love about the
See,
storyline right now and what they're doing with
right.
Dexter Loomis's his character right now. I actually kind of like the Matt Hardy turn a little bit with Jeff Hardy. The second time at least. I thought it was prolonged a little bit long. They had a nice little
Right.
blow-off match at WrestleMania, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I like their stuff in TNA a lot better than I did in WWE, to be honest, when it came to tournament.
Right. I agree with your assessment. I think that this storyline is great because you don't know which way in the wind he twists.
I love it. I love it. And even, did you watch this past Friday, Earl? What happened on you remember that little storyline that was going on with Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez cutting that promo backstage?
Oh, yeah.
And then you see in the background, slightly, if you're paying attention, you see Dewdrop and Nikki ASH having an argument back there, and they did that on purpose because they're pretty much setting up what could be a potential breakup with you. So I love Triple H doing that, dropping these little things for you that you should pay attention to what's going on backstage. And we got right now, Bad Bunny right now is going to be, he's the 2022 MTV VMA Artist of the Year. So they're promoting Bad Bunny. Obviously,
Okay.
he worked a match at WrestleMania last year with
Okay.
Damian Priest against The Miz.
Oh. Okay, Riddle is cursing. Riddle is cursing Seth Rollins right now. Moments ago, Seth Rollins took off his microphone and he walked away. And Riddle is cursing. He's using foul language. Unfortunately, we can't listen to the foul language, so they're bleeping
PJ.
it.
Yeah.
Right? They can't do that. This is not a.
I think people
this is-
know what they're saying. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it started in the house show.
I love it. Yes, I love it. This is the Matt Riddle we needed. We needed a Matt Riddle that was more serious like this.
Let me
I
ask
love
you
it.
something. Let me ask you something, Jeffrey. With this kind of hostility, would a cage be in order?
Not with the first match, no. The first match I
Okay.
would not do a cage. If this feud does continue, which I think it will, and the fact that the first match will be at Clash at the Castle, what's the pay-per-view after that, Earl?
I believe the next one is Extreme Rules.
There you go. There you go. Extreme Rules is where you have the gimmick match. And that's your
Right.
second match between Seth and Riddle. So that's where you can
Right.
have that second match going on. So
Yes.
I love it.
And-
I love seeing Matt Riddle like that. And now we got Bobby
And-
Lashley coming out.
Bobby Lashley's coming up. Just to let everybody know, ladies and gentlemen, Extreme Rules will happen on Saturday night, October the 8th, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Saturday night, October the 8th.
I love
And
what
then-
Matt's saying right here. I'm sorry.
Right.
Go ahead real quickly, Earl.
I love that
Matt's
they're
making is so good.
getting the real build for these matches. This is setting up to be the epic pay-per-view. I agree, Mac the Giants fan. Absolutely. This is absolutely going to be the best Castle event I think we're ever going to be talking. I think we're going to be talking about this for a very long time. I think the booking is going to be on point. I think the matches are going to be on point, and I think we're going to be in for a few surprises, and I think we're going to be in for some big time head turning wrestling because the WWE is coming back. Even the house shows, they're saying are improving by 75%. So,
Absolutely.
so I'm happy as a wrestling fan right now.
They've given us interest back into the product. They're like Mac just said before, you're getting a real build. You're not just getting
Yes.
some cockamamie build they throw together. You're not just getting
That's
rematch
what
after
I'm-
rematch after rematch after rematch on the show. You're not just getting stupid segments that are being thrown together. You're getting real backstage build, not rematches all the time, building up feuds, and that's what you need to have a wrestling fan care.
Amen.
And that is what they're doing.
Amen, Jeffrey.
Do you
Set it
know
to the
why
point.
people are excited for Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins? Because they've been building the matchup, building it and building it and building it with segments, taking them out at SummerSlam, getting you more excited. Matt Riddle's comeback. They've not been throwing the same rematch garbage out there, and it's getting you pumped up to when eventually that match happens at Clash of the Castle. You're going to be on the edge of their seat waiting for a brawl and an awesome 15 to 20-minute match by two of the best in the wrestling business.
And they're doing
That's
it
what
for
you
the
need.
first time. And they're doing it for the first time ever.
Absolutely. And you need that. You need to do that because it gives the fan a chance to care. And because if you already did the match 50,000 times, nobody's going to give a damn.
No,
Now at
because
least,
let
you
me,
know, you have a build for it.
because I tell you this, I'll tell you this right now. If this was Vince McMahon, he would have put it on Raw. He would have put it
Oh,
on the
God, yeah.
pay-per-view. Yeah, he would have put it
Absolutely.
on pay-per-view. He would have put it on Raw. He would have stuffed it
Absolutely.
down your throat until you gagged on it.
Hmm.
That's what Vince McMahon would have did. He would have put this feud and make you gag on it until the point where you're
Absolutely.
not even until the point where you were not invested in this anymore. Because we've seen it already. How many times you
Exactly.
gonna do the finish? How many times can you do the finish? We've seen it
Exactly. You're right.
already.
You're right. That's why people don't care when you see rematch over rematch. That's why the Street Profits versus the Usos didn't feel as important as it should have because we've seen these guys wrestle over and over and over and over on Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night SmackDown, over every single week. That's why the match didn't feel as important. You need to build up the match by having talking segments, backstage interviews, sit downs, stuff like that, and then you
Beat
get the
downs,
build
beat
where
downs.
beat downs, exactly beat downs, and it builds up the feud for the inevitable match that happens at the pay-per-view. And that's when a
Right.
wrestling fan can really sink their teeth into a matchup like that. That's what makes things exciting. And I'm
And
really
that's
glad
what
what Triple H is doing.
that is what, ladies and gentlemen, we call compelling television. That is
Exactly.
what you call compelling booking,
Hmm.
long-term booking, no 50-50 whack job booking. This is
Yep.
compelling booking at its best.
Now, not everything's perfect. There are some things that still need to be tweaked out.
Tweaked
That's going to
out,
happen.
yeah.
Things are going to happen. Not every show is going to be perfect. When AEW was in their
Okay,
heyday, they were having good matches as well, but they needed to fix some things. Not
right.
everything's going to be great on every show, but
No, 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 no.
at least
At
what you're
least
seeing on WWE Raw and SmackDown, you're seeing improvement. You're seeing storylines that make sense. You're seeing characters be built up. You're seeing long-term building. You're seeing great wrestling. You're having people feel important. That's what you need in this wrestling business, and that's how you get the fans excited.
I just want to just point out something, and I'm glad that you brought this out, Jeffrey, because recently, I don't know if you've seen this on my Twitter poll, on my Twitter page, but
Hmm.
I did a poll, and I asked everyone, now that Triple H is in control of WWE, are you more invested in the product? And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You all responded in kind to my Twitter poll. Overwhelmingly, 98.7% of you said, absolutely, I am invested back into the WWE. That is impressive
Hmm.
number. That is impressive. And I was blown away by the response to the Twitter poll. So if you haven't voted on my Twitter poll, please do so. I
Well,
greatly
Earl,
appreciate it.
you have to say, Earl, I mean, how could the fans not be excited? You see ticket sales increasing at shows. Clash at the Castle, the ticket sales were flying through the roof. You see Extreme Rules, they're selling out. You see the
Yep.
ratings. When was the last time that WWE SmackDown scored a 2.3, 2.4 rating on a show?
And I'm
And
gonna say,
last week's
and
show was not even that good. It was an okay
no,
show, and it
it
scored a
was an okay.
2.3.
Yes,
Raw scoring a
yes,
2.
exactly. And like I said before on my show last week, I said this on my show last week. Not every Raw is going to be as solid as it's supposed to be, but at least it is compelling television to watch, and at least you can invest into it. That is something that the audience has been clamoring for years.
Exactly.
Uh, in years. So it doesn't matter whether you watch Raw and if it has an off night or whatever, you still getting compelling television. You're still getting it.
That's what you need. You need to give the fans something to grasp upon, something to get excited about, and that's exactly what Triple H is giving us right now. Like the heydays of NXT, back when NXT kicked off in the early 2010s, up until pretty much it was changed because Vince McMahon and his cronies decided to pretty much destroy that brand because of the fact they quote-unquote lost the war to AEW. And we saw how NXT took a nosedive after that, and they pretty much released or got rid of anything part of that black and gold brand. Now, no, not everything is perfect, but at least
No.
you have stories that make sense and you have wrestling. It doesn't matter. And the thing is, too, it doesn't matter how a wrestler looks. I don't care if a wrestler is 6'8", 6'9", a monster out there that's going to bulldoze over people, or it's going to be a guy that's going to do flips and dives off the top rope. If they have a character that connects with the audience, that's what you need. And that's
Exactly.
exactly what you have. And Mac, and this is true. Mac is absolutely right. If you want wrestling to be great again, WWE has got to be the flagship. And if when WWE is great, it trickles down to all those other companies, and they start stepping up their game. So you're absolutely right, Mac. Absolutely 100% right.
Right.
WWE is doing great again. I have to say that.
And Lashley right now is Ciampa is hugging the ring post so that the Miz don't get smashed into it. And Lashley just gave an elbow to the Miz. He throws the Miz back into the ring, and Lashley is looking at Ciampa, and the Miz with a baseball slide drop kick to the Lashley. One thing I do not want to see in this match, please, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say this again: do not pin the champion. Do not. Ciampa is clapping. Ciampa is clapping with the Miz, but the Miz is getting away from the barricade because he's afraid of Dexter Loomis. Okay, the Miz is trying to neutralize Lashley. Remember, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, the Miz must take an L in this match. He cannot pin Lashley. Ciampa just hit Lashley, and what a boot to the face to Lashley. No! Don't pin him. Don't pin him. Kick out. Good. Excellent. Excellent.
I like it. They're teasing the Miz being paranoid right now because of what Dexter Loomis did to that. I like that they're adding that little aspect to the show. Like everywhere he goes, especially when he's near like the edge of the barricade, he gets paranoid thinking that Dexter Loomis is gonna capture him. So I like that they're adding that little aspect to his character. And it's sort of like making Ciampa look a little confused. So that's pretty cool. I love they're adding that little element to it.
Didn't I just say about compelling television?
Yep.
Yes.
There you go. That's one of it right there. Compelling television. Yeah. Making The Miz actually compelling. Who the hell would have ever seen that in 2022?
Yeah, right.
The Miz is actually a compelling character on television.
Yeah. And I used to find him boring. I used to find him very boring. Yeah, Lashley just planted The Miz on the ground.
Because The Miz is good if he's in the right situation. He's good on the mic. He's that sniveling, snotty, obnoxious heel. But he's good on the mic when he actually, you take him more serious. He's actually very good on the mic. He's not that bad in the ring when he's actually going and he has a good opponent that can feed off him.
Yeah, but you know the whole problem with it, Jeffrey, was the booking. The booking was whack. The booking was whack. The booking was whack. The booking was just whack, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
And even Bobby Lashley's coming off as pretty good. Bobby Lashley's supposed to be a boring wrestler. He's actually having pretty good matches against these guys.
Right.
The likes of Dolph Ziggler, Tommaso Ciampa, AJ Styles. He's having great matches. Bobby freaking Lashley. He's actually looking like a really good champion.
Okay, so, Lashley is looking for the Miz to get up so he can spear the crap out of him. But no, Ciampa drags the Miz out of the ring. Don't get next to the barricade. Here comes Mr. Loomis.
Watch out the barricade. Don't be paranoid. Watch out.
The Miz is crawling back. The ref. Oh no! Ciampa just kicked Lashley. Oh no. DDT. No, don't pin him. Don't pin him. Don't pin him. No. Oh.
No, they're going to give
Oh.
you that illusion that he's going to get pinned, but nope. Nope.
Oh.
Just give you that
Don't
little
you.
illusion that he's going to get pinned, but there's going to be a tease.
Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
How compelling it is that Tommaso Ciampa feels like a big deal on the show and how good he is.
Yes.
I
But he
love
needs
it.
to get away from the Miz. Okay, the Miz is going for the skull crushing finale. Uh-oh. 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 The audience is looking. It's Dexter Loomis in the audience. Dexter Loomis is on top. The Miz is scared of Dexter Loomis. He's in the audience. He's on top of the stairs. Pay attention to the match. The Miz is paranoid. He's telling Ciampa to go after Loomis. Loomis has disappeared. Loomis disappeared. The Miz turns around and he's got into the hurt lock.
I'm just catching it right now. Miz's face. He looks like he
And
just saw
then
a
ding,
ghost.
ding, ding,
I
ding,
love
ding,
it.
ding. And that's
I
it.
love it.
The hurt lock. And that's it. Bobby.
I love this. I love this. This is good television. Look at the Miz.
Oh,
He's freaking out because of Dexter Loomis. This is Dexter Loomis' perfect character right now. I love this. This is great, compelling television. Oh my God, what was Vince thinking for letting go of this guy? Dexter Loomis is a gold machine. He's a gold in this role he has. I really wonder if this is going to start the beginning of a split between The Miz and Ciampa. Like they might be using this thing to get
Jeffrey,
Ciampa away from The Miz.
Jeffrey, from your lips to God's ears, I hope so because I think Ciampa is way more talented than this. And
I
then
think you know what the fact that Johnny Gargano was on Monday Night Raw with Ciampa. How long do you think it's going to take until you eventually either get the two of them against each other or we see a reunion of DIY on the main roster? Got to think about that. They're both on the main roster, and they're Triple H's guys, and you know these guys for a fact would love to be able to team together on the main roster. And the Miz is really having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah, let me paint this picture.
Paint it.
You have them return to DIY, and they take on the Usos for the unification tag team titles.
Look at Edge and Kurt Angle backstage. Talk about history.
I'm sorry I shaved your bald head.
No.
And then he said, "I'm sorry I started a suck chance."
Do you remember this? Do you remember this tease with the boards?
Yeah.
When he used to write the thing on the back? I love that. That's a little thing. Oh.
But you still suck. Still suck.
This is the thing that you love to see is these little token things that they bring back from years ago that they bring back here with Edge and Kurt Angle during their feud. This is awesome. Sorry I shaved your head bald. Sorry I started the "You Suck" chance. That's right. If anybody didn't know that, it was Edge that actually started the "You Suck" chance.
He said, and Angle said, "You son of a gun, you did it again."
How can you not love this? This is great stuff.
Oh God, this is great TV.
That's good television. That is good. Look at the Mysterios in the back. Look at the Mysterios in the back the entire time, just sitting there laughing. Ray knows what's up. He remembers this stuff. Yeah.
He's talking to his son.
That is great. That is good stuff. I mean, come on. That brings us back to the day during the Ruthless Aggression era. That is awesome stuff.
Oh, here come the Usos with the honorary Us.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Thank you very much. I couldn't get his name.
With this thing coming up, do you think, because they're on Monday Night Raw, the Usos and Sami Zayn, do you think they start a tease with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens reuniting because
I
Owens is
mean,
sort of right now.
it,
He's just floating it out there. They've been teasing it. They teased it a little bit on Raw, on SmackDown. I
you
can
know
see
something.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens uniting.
You know, Jeffrey. I again, like I said before, and I'll say it again. Anything is possible in wrestling.
I think we're going to
Anything is
see it.
possible.
I think we're going to see it.
I think that anything's possible. We have to see what happens. But you know something. The problem is that Sami Zayn has been ruined by Vince
No,
McMahon's
no, 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 no,
booking.
no. See, that's the thing. I agree that he's been ruined a little bit. It's hard to disagree for a second, but I think Sami Zayn has still carried himself as one of the best in this company in terms of his charisma and his persona, and he's still found a way to even make this crap booking that he's been doing somewhat work. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Sami Zayn is still doing a fantastic job, even with the garbage he's had to deal with. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I think they're going to make it work, and they've been sending little teases. This backstage segment with Ray and Dom is totally setting up for a heel turn for Dom. I'm convinced it's happening at Clash of the Castle. I think it's going to happen too. They've been planting those little seeds.
I agree. I would just I would not be shocked. I
They're
would
planting those
not.
seeds.
I would not be shocked. You know, this is the way I would book it. The match is going good. Everything is going great. They
Mm-hmm.
go in for a tag, and all of a sudden he walks away from the team. He walks away, and
Mm-hmm.
then he comes in and he waylays his father. His father turns around shocked. He has no idea what happened, and the Judgment Day just takes over, and that is the end of the
And the
match. And
Judgment
then
Day
they
gets the
will.
win.
Yes, and then they walk away with the son in tow. That I think would be that.
They used to do that back in the day, Chad. I don't know if you remember. Back in the
Yeah,
day, 2001, 2002, they did an exact copy of that segment. Of course, it was a little bit more edgy, but they
right.
just wanted to like redo that segment. So I'm glad they did it. But I can
Yeah,
see that happening, Earl. And at the same time, Edge and Mysterio don't need the win. The
no,
whole story of this whole thing right now, this whole entire storyline is Dom eventually going to turn on his father and join the Judgment Day? They've been teasing that for a while. They've sort of gotten away from it a little bit with this feud going on with Edge. But now this is your opportunity at Clash of the Castle to make the turn, align Dom with the Judgment Day. Judgment Day, who should get the win regardless, they get the victory. Dom turns on his father and Edge. There you go. And you have the Judgment Day get the victory, and they look standing tall, laughing out of the way with Dom now part of the Judgment Day going forward. I think it's perfect booking. It makes too much sense, and it's the route they should be going. Heading
right.
into that show and the result coming after. I agree with what you said 100%, and what Mac just made in his comment. I think that has to be the result coming out of that matchup
Yeah,
between the
and
Judgment
that's
Day and the Mysterios and Edge.
I think that is the correct thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
He comes into the ring. He low blows his father. He have no idea who did it. He turns around and the son smiles and he walks away and cost them the match. Cost them the match.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cost them the match. And then Judgment Day walks on the ramp with the son, and they were in on the whole thing. It was a whole
A
fix.
setup.
Yeah, it was a setup, and you had no idea what was yeah. I would book it just like
You
that.
want to make you
Yeah.
want to give the Judgment Day a lot of heel heat, along with Ray or Dom. There you go. Everybody
There you
loves
go.
Edge. Everybody
Yep.
loves Ray. What better way to
Yep.
get so much heat on the Judgment Day and Dom
Yes.
than have the turn happen at Clash of the Castle?
Yep.
Just the right way to go about it. I think it's gonna be
Yep.
fantastic. I think the match is gonna be great too. I
Yep.
really do. But now I'm intrigued about what they're gonna do with this storyline right here with the Usos and Sami. If maybe the turn happens here, that maybe the Usos turn on Sami, and then we have KO come out, and it sets up the matchup between them heading into Clash of the Castle for the WWE Tag Team Championships. They've been
Yeah.
teasing it, small little teases. I think it's possible. And if you, one little note, Earl, I don't know if you've seen it, the Bloodline have their new shirts, their new merchandise they've been wearing with the red shirts. Sami Zayn's wearing the old shirt. That's a little tease you have to think about. They made reference of this on a Friday Night SmackDown. The Usos are wearing their red merchandise, new shirts. Sami Zayn's got the old one because maybe they're teasing that they don't really care about him, and they're pretty much teasing that they're going to be turning on him eventually. So you got to think about that too. Little things, little perks that Triple H is throwing out there with these storylines to make you think. That's one of them. Because if you think if he was really an honorary Us, he would be wearing the new merchandise, and he's not.
Yes,
So you got to think about that.
You gotta look at the little nuances, as I like to
Little
call it.
nuggets. Exactly.
Little
And
nuances,
nuggets.
little nuggets, little things that are happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Connor's Cure, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate to Connor's Cure, ConnorTheCrusher.org, and help team up with the WWE to get rid of cancer.
Absolutely.
I lost 6 friends to cancer, ladies and gentlemen, and
Cancer sucks.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's not an easy thing to deal with. It isn't. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Usos are making their way to the ring with Sami Zayn.
I'm really intrigued how this is going to go. I'm actually very intrigued how they're going to book this because there's no Roman, and you know for a fact we've seen little heat going on between Sami and Jey Uso. So
Right.
I really wonder if it's all just going to boil over tonight on Raw. They're going to just be fed up with Sami, giving orders by Roman Reigns to take out Sami, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're going to get Kevin Owens running out to defend his buddy, and then this coming Friday Night SmackDown, you're going to get KO and Sami coming out and officially challenging the Usos to a WWE Tag Team Championship match, either at Clash at the Castle or maybe that week after on Friday Night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, and that's where you're going to see the title change. Got to think about that. It's coming. I think it's coming. Because Owens has got no direction right now.
No, he don't.
They've been teasing it.
Either at the Clash of the Castle, or I would have did it at Extreme Rules and make it an Extreme Rules match. And
the only reason why I say Clash is because I think with Reigns looking like he's probably going to lose the title there, why not get the title off the Usos too? Have the Bloodline just get a clean slate, those titles off them.
I would agree with that assessment. I would agree with that. And then the Holua kick to
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. They were destroyed this Friday night. Ooh, look at his back.
You saw those pictures too? Yeah, you saw those pictures. How brutal his beating was.
Yes.
I mean, they beat the hell out of him on that show.
They said that the doctors in the back couldn't do anything for him because they had to heal. And I don't know if
you can do.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that is bad.
It kind of reminded me of that beatdown during the pandemic, during 2020, when they had Dominic Mysterio take that beating of those kendo sticks from Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, and his back was just shredded up. That's what it feels like. It's very similar to it, but that beating was brutal. And I love this little image here with Roman putting the chair over Drew McIntyre with the titles over him and the Usos and Zayn behind him. It's like a symbolism of I'm still the guy. I'm still the guy to beat, and you're not taking those titles from me. I'm the king of the hill. I'm the tribal chief. So I love that little image. And geez, that's bad, that beatdown that he gave him. But I'm really curious to see how they're going to pull this off. And I'm really intrigued how they're going to go with this storyline with the Usos and Sami Zayn. And just for anybody that needs to know, Friday Night SmackDown, this coming Friday, the night before Clash at the Castle, we're going to be celebrating Roman Reigns' 2-year championship reign. So it's going to be officially 2 years that Roman Reigns has been the WWE Universal Champion. So be on the lookout for that as one of the big segments on Friday Night SmackDown this coming Friday.
Yeah, Chad says my sister-in-law lost her niece to cancer, and her niece was only 12. Oh, that's sad.
I'm sorry, Chad. My condolences to you and your family. I hope
Chad.
you're going to be all right. I'm sorry. Absolutely sorry for the loss that you had to deal with. Cancer sucks, man, but I hope your family is going to be okay. I hope everybody with you is going to be okay. And we really sincerely appreciate you being able to share that type of knowledge. And I hope that your family is going to be okay. Prayers out to you and your family overall.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Chad, my condolences to you and your entire family. Um, Sami Zayn is in the ring.
I'm waiting for the turn. I am waiting for the turn. I kind of like they have a little bit of a good cop, bad cop deal going, where it's like Jimmy's the good cop trying to play it off like he's his buddy, and then Jay's the bad cop. Like, get the hell out of here. We want nothing to do with you. I sort of like that aspect going on with the Usos when it comes to Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Kevin Owens. Here comes Kevin Owens.
I told you.
Here comes Kevin Owens.
The tease is coming. The tease is coming. Right. Mac just said it right here. I think the bloodline, I think Sammy will be involved with the bloodline during that celebration, and then that's it. Snap your finger. They beat down Sami Zayn. There's Kevin Owens there to make the save.
Right.
That just makes too much sense.
The bloodline doesn't run anything on Monday nights because I've made it clear these past few weeks. Raw is still the Kevin Owens show.
They even got Kevin Owens' old Titantron back of the prize fighter. That is great. The legend, the prize fighter Titantron is back. That's what I've been waiting to see. This is my favorite Kevin Owens. Man, Triple H is hitting friggin' home runs right now. I love this. I'm so excited what they're doing with Kevin Owens.
This is right here. Your boy Sammy. Technically, yes.
Kevin Owens is trying to get into Sami Zayn's head.
Okay, okay, and the Usos are threatening Kevin Owens.
I love this. These two are going to be so awesome when they eventually get back together. It's going to be so awesome to see Sammy and KO together as a team.
So that's how it is.
Remember they did that segment tease as well over on Friday Night SmackDown during the KO show? Little seeds being planted right now. I love this. It's good storytelling.
Right? And yet, dude, every single week you manage to by running around with these guys and letting them treat you the way they do. Seriously. No, dude, I mean it. I'm genuinely sad to see that you have forgotten the fact that
Kevin Owens is saying that it is sad to see how the Usos are treating Sami Zayn out like a rug.
It's true.
And now you're reduced to being the Bloodline's personal clown.
Now you're being reduced to being the Bloodline's clown.
We've been through a lot together, but I still consider you my best friend. Actually, I consider you more like a brother. So it's really sad to see what you've become. You should look at yourself in the mirror and reassess things.
It's a little bit of storytelling right there. And pretty much Kevin Owens is trying to get into the head of Sami Zayn and tell him that the Usos are pretty much using you and you need to start using your head and get the hell out of there before it's too late. That's what Kevin Owens is pretty much telling Sami Zayn right now. But Zayn's being too stubborn, thinking he's like really a part of this group. When in reality, if you've been watching this storyline, he's not. They're just using him right now as a prop. I love this compelling storyline they have going with the Usos and Sami. It's arguably some of the best stuff in wrestling right now.
Okay, Jay Uso does not like Sami Zayn.
And most importantly, Roman Reigns likes me. Yeah, that is why he invited me to his personal dressing room. That's why at the end of Friday Night SmackDown, it was the four of us united.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, Earl. They're definitely gonna have the beatdown on Friday Night SmackDown. And
Yeah,
kick Sami Zayn out the bloodline.
I think this is the road they're gonna travel on.
It's good cop, bad cop. Jimmy's all cool with him. Good cop. Jay hates him. Bad cop. I love it.
Right.
I love it. This whole storyline has been easily one of the most intriguing things going on in WWE for a while, and I love how this is playing out. And now you're throwing Kevin Owens in there to eventually get the reuniting of KO and Sammy. How can you not love this? This is great storytelling. This is long-term storytelling at its
Booking.
finest.
Very
Exactly.
compelling. Again, as I said before, what I go back to what I said earlier, compelling television. Mac the Giants fan says Triple H has restored my faith in WWE.
He
Yes,
has. He
yes, Mac
has.
the Giants fan. Yes,
He's given us a reason to love wrestling again in the WWE. He's giving us those types of storylines and those characters that are making us want to tune in every single Monday, Friday, and Tuesday, as well as pay-per-views on Saturday and Sunday to want to watch. I love it. Kevin Owens to me. Would you put Kevin Owens right now as a top 3 wrestler in this company? Because I would. I would put Kevin Owens as top 3 in the WWE. I think he's that damn good. Easily that damn good. And especially putting him back in this role. Kevin Owens is friggin' Mac, do you agree with me? I know you love Kevin Owens too. Don't you love how right now Triple H is making Kevin Owens feel like a big deal again? Bringing back his old prize fighter persona back in NXT. The way he's coming off on television, how he's feeling like so important, like a bigger than life character. Like he's coming off more serious, coming off more like a badass. His charisma. Kevin Owens right now is booking. He's being booked the way he should be. And this is how Kevin Owens should have been booked for years. As a top star in this company because he's a friggin' top star in the WWE. Always has been. And he should be having gold draped around his waist for years to come. That's how good Kevin Owens is. In and out of the ring.
Yep. We are going to commercial break. It looks like Kevin Owens is going to take on Jay Uso.
I love it. It's actually not bad because Kevin Owens doesn't really have a lot to do with this story, and he is sort of integrating him slowly. So it's okay to have a match between him and Jimmy because the storyline is still with the Bloodline and Sammy's not involved in the match right now. You have Kevin Owens sort of trickling his way in there.
Exactly. Go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
I agree with Mac's statement he made right here. Kevin Owens has been a main eventer and should have always been a main eventer in the title picture. Absolutely. There's not a lot of guys that have the talent, the charisma, in and out of the ring, on the mic, character-wise. He can make everything look good. Even that stupid Ezekiel storyline, which was dumb as hell, which had no business being on television, he even made that feel compelling because that's how good Kevin Owens is. He made the Stone Cold Steve Austin build for their match at WrestleMania feel compelling because Kevin Owens is that damn good. Kevin Owens is easily one of the best professional wrestlers on the mic, in the ring, character. He can flip it in any way possible, and that's the reason why Kevin Owens is currently my favorite wrestler right now, not in just the WWE, but in all of wrestling because of how good this guy is. And I think this guy deserves to have a WWE championship around his friggin' waist in the future. That's how good Kevin Owens is. I hope he gets his due in the future.
And I agree with the assessment.
It's just warranted. He's that good.
I agree with the assessment because when Vince McMahon had him in the booking, it wasn't good. It made him look stupid.
I agree.
And it made him look whack. And I had no respect for him because the thing is that how in the world could you re-sign with this company and then allow somebody like Vince McMahon to just take your booking and your star power and just trash it like that with dumb storylines that doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me, and I was just like, "This how are you gonna be a champion and be credible? You gotta have some kind of credibility to you." So, I'm just glad that now Triple H has invested in Owens and he sees the potential in Owens and he's going to book him in the right direction. which is something that is desperately needed at this point.
Absolutely.
So I agree with everyone's assessment. I do.
It's because Kevin Owens, he's re-signed with the company because the WWE has been there for him for years, and they've made sure his family is comfortable. They made sure everything outside of the company is comfortable. They tried to make sure that Kevin Owens was going to be secure for a while, and he's a loyal employee. He's very
Right.
well liked backstage. He's one of the best. Everybody talks about how awesome Kevin Owens is backstage. Same thing with Sami Zayn. There's a reason why Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been around the company for this long, and they've been in positions for this long. Even during Vince McMahon's garbage booking, they've still been towards the top tier of the card a lot because of how good those two guys are. And people really underutilize how incredibly talented Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are, not only on the mic, but in the ring. And I love Finn Balor. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. They're great in the ring, and they're solid as characters. But when you talk about the best of that crop that Triple H brought in years ago, it was Kevin Owens and it was Sami Zayn, because these guys just have those types of personalities. They work so well together, whether a team or whether against each other. They just have those personalities that connect with the crowd. As faces, as heels, it's just the way they are with the WWE is a reason why they kept them in that company long term. And I'm so happy that they stayed with the WWE, because these are two game changers in that company. And I'm just really happy to see Triple H bringing back those aspects that made Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as important with this audience when they first debuted in NXT back in the day.
Agree.
And Mac is right. Triple H respects his talent while Vince lost sight of it, and that's the detriment to
Right.
Vince McMahon. He lost sight of
Right.
what's important for the talent going forward.
Yes. And we are on the way with Owens. Owens did a DX chop to Sami Zayn, and Mr. Uso is in the ring with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, I love the KO shirt. They brought that back out for
I
old
love
time's
that. It's
sake.
my favorite shirt, favorite Kevin Owens. This is the Kevin Owens that everybody loves.
Do you have that kind of shirt, Jeffrey?
I have a prize fighter shirt. I don't have that exact design. I think I had the one that came out just after when he was feuding with John Cena. I
Oh,
believe I
okay.
got that shirt. So, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I've loved Kevin Owens since he stepped foot in the WWE. I liked him in
oh,
Ring of Honor too when he was Kevin Steen, but Kevin Owens has easily always been one of my favorites because he's just how good he is in and out of the ring and on the
right,
mic. He's the type of wrestler you build your company around
right,
easily. I might come off as a Kevin Owens fanboy. I just think this guy's incredible. I think he's awesome. And I think
right,
there's a reason why Triple H is going so hard right now to make Kevin Owens feel like a big deal again because he's that
right.
good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be let's see,
Yes.
sub to these two. Great content. Yeah, thank you very much, Mac the Giants fan. I appreciate it.
Just make sure you
Jim.
drag that mouse over to the thumbs up button. That's all you got to do. Take that, drag that mouse, hit that thumbs up button for the channels, for my channel as well as Earl's channel and the Hardcore Sports Network. We're streaming on 6 different platforms right now. NYG T 3285, my channel, as well as Earl Cole's channel, and the Hardcore Sports Network. That's for YouTube, as well as we're streaming off of the Twitter pages for myself, Earl, and the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as the Twitch channel for Hardcore Sports Network. So we thank everybody for coming by. The WWE Raw Watch-Along. We're right now watching Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso in a one-on-one matchup with the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, and Jimmy Uso right now on the outside after we're dropping more teases on the potential Sami Zayn breakup from the Bloodline and leading to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reuniting, as we're going to be celebrating Roman Reigns' 2-year championship reign as WWE Universal Championship this coming Friday Night SmackDown. So thank you very much,
Um,
everybody, for coming by the Raw Watch Along tonight with myself and
right.
Earl Cole. We appreciate it so much.
Yes, we
Thank you,
do.
guys.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at WWERaw. That is WWERaw on Twitter. Instagram, I'm always available at EarlC99. And of course, make me a friend on Facebook. And of course, I'm always on other wrestling pages as well. And of course, I'm the host of the Wrestling Experience every Thursday evening. And Owens just got Samoan dropped on the steel steps.
Cannonball!
Okay, we're gonna go back to commercial. Yep, we are going to commercial.
You notice there's not a
And
lot of picture-in-pictures too. They really did away with the pictures-in-pictures this week.
yes, they did. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching a Pizza Hut commercial. Pizza Hut.
Gotta love
Six.
Pizza Hut. Oh my God. I just get to
Yeah.
that right now. He's going for a pop-up powerbomb in the apron, a Kevin Owens special in NXT.
Yes.
And I have to say, nobody takes more. Oh my God. Oh, he just took a Samoan drop right on the steels. Nobody takes a beating more than Kevin Owens. I mean, this guy
Yes.
takes some of the most brutal bumps in WWE. The things that he takes, it's brutal the bumps he's taken over the years. You wonder how he's still in one piece after all these years in the
No.
WWE. He takes brutal bumps. The ladder matches and everything. It's insane what happens with him. It's crazy.
Yes. Um. What was I gonna say? Wait. What was I? I forgot what I was gonna say now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to the Raw main event.
I'm starting to think it's going to
close.
happen. I'm starting to think it's going to happen, Earl. Now, I know you're a little bit ahead of me, so I'm hoping that you don't spoil it because I think something's going to happen. I really believe it's going to happen tonight. The fact that they're building up this women's tag team championships at the end of the show, I think we're going to get a big surprise in that 10:50 to 11 o'clock little 10-minute period. I think we're going to get it.
No. I'm not ahead of you, Jeffrey. I was just talking about the main event.
Because you're a little bit ahead of me when it comes to the show right now, so you're going to know what's going to happen before I do. So I kind of want to have like that element of surprise. But if you get excited and you want to break it, go for it. But I mean, I just think we're going to get something exciting because of the fact that Triple H has said he loves these little teases he brings at 9:50 to 10 o'clock, and the fact that it looks like we're going to get the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship final at 11 o'clock around that time. I think we're going to get some type of big surprise at the end of the show. So everybody be on their hands and knees. But everybody be excited because I think we might get something. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
see.
A little bit of a tease. Yeah, just a little bit of a tease, ladies and gentlemen. What we're still in the midst of the Kevin Owens match. We're still in the midst of it. But they're showing you the commercial for the Raw main event. As I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen, there is no other way to book this match but to have the Control be the brand new women's tag team champions. I do not want to see anything else in the booking.
Just be stupid booking.
No, I don't want to see anything else. I don't want to see anything else, ladies and gentlemen, because that will ruin the momentum for the Control.
Exactly.
The momentum needs to be in the hands of the Control.
And Raquel and Aaliyah don't need it. They don't need the titles.
No. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and Kevin Owens is on the top rope, and Uso is saying he's the one, and we're going to get a superplex from the top rope. Probably not. No, Kevin Owens is blocking it.
I hope he does that move. I hope he does that superplex, like that fisherman suplex off the top.
Let's see what we're going to get here. Owens is punching Jay in the face. And here we go, Jeffrey. Here's your move. Bang! Right off the top rope.
You're a little ahead of me right now. I'm at the commercial with Chucky right now. So they're just getting back to it right now. They just got Jey Uso at the top rope right now with Kevin Owens right now in a chokehold at the moment. But yeah, I freaking love that move. I don't know what it is, but I think it's one of the coolest moves, that twisting fisherman suplex by Kevin Owens. It's so good, and he has not been using it for a while.
I apologize. I apologize if I spoiled it for you, Jeff. I apologize.
All right. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I think it's so cool. There he goes. Kevin Owens up, twisting fisherman suplex off the top rope. Sami Zayn holding his hands like this right now. He's in disbelief after Kevin Owens just made that move. I love that move. It's so cool.
Yeah.
He was not using that move for a long time, but since he's gone back to the prize fighter, he's bringing that back in his arsenal, and I love him doing that. It's such a great move off the top rope.
Now the both of them are trading haymakers on the top rope, and what a headbutt by Owens! and an elbow to the head. Here comes a frog splash from Kevin Owens. No, it's a bomb. It's a
He's
swanton
with the
bomb. Trying
senton.
to
Yeah, he went for the
do the
senton.
senton, yes, and that's a 2 count.
It's vintage Owens too.
Yeah. This is good. This is wrestling. This is
This
wrestling,
is great.
ladies. This
This
is
is two great
wrestling.
wrestlers.
This is wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is what wrestling is ought to be. This
It's
is
two
what.
great wrestlers going at it in the ring for at least 10, 15 minutes, going out there and showing how good they really are, and giving the fans something that we have been asking for and wanting for a long time. That's terrific wrestling by two terrific wrestlers that know how to put on a good story inside and out of the ring. And this is what you're getting right now.
I'm gonna correct you on that, Jeffrey. For years,
Oh,
we've
you're
been
right. Yeah,
asking
for years, exactly. You're right. For
we've been
years, we've been asking for this.
we've been years. You know, count the ways.
That's so picture perfect. Look at that swanton
look
by
at
Kevin
that.
Owens.
Oh, what a splash on Kevin Owens. 1, 2, no. Owens kicks out.
Now, Earl, when we get to the next commercial break, I want to talk to you about some recent rumors that have been going on around WWE about some things. So the next commercial break, I want to talk to you about that, and we can discuss maybe some of the rumors that are coming out around the WWE for some fans that might be interested on some things that could be happening for the WWE in the coming weeks, days, weeks, or months.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. And Jay Uso now is dragging Owens in the middle of the ring. He's going to splash him again from the other top rope. He's going to splash him. Now let's see if he can splash him. And no, Owens got his knees up and he rolls up. 1, 2, no.
See, the problem with this match, Earl,
Super
is
kick.
You can't have the Uso. You can't have Jay lose because
right,
he's a tag
that's the
team champion,
problem.
and you
That's
can't
the
have Kevin
problem.
Owens lose. It's going to have to be some type of DQ that's probably going to get this match thrown off because neither of these guys can really lose.
No. Well, you know, how about would a double count out work?
Unless Sammy, because of the tension Sammy and Jay have had, Sammy costs Jay the match. He's the reason why he loses. So it might be an intentional way for Jay to lose. Think about it. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso have teased. They have teased tension for a while. Why not have Sami Zayn and unintentionally cost Jey Uso the match? And that's what's going to have Kevin Owens go over, and it's going to really start building up tension between the Usos and Sami Zayn leading into Friday Night SmackDown, where we're inevitably going to get the turn from the Usos and Reigns on Zayn.
Jey Uso just flew from the top rope and splashed onto Owens after Owens was arguing with Sami Zayn. Get a chair. They said to Zayn, get a chair.
Oh no.
What he's gonna get a chair. He's gonna do what he's told. He's gonna hit Owens with the chair.
Do it.
No, do it. No.
Oh.
The referee caught him.
Splash.
The referee caught him. Referee caught him. Look, Owens stunner. 1, 2, 3. Owens pins the champion.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, what did I say? Sami Zayn cost Jey Uso the matchup.
You called it.
Because of the fact that he had the chair in his hand, he had the chance to hit Owens, and he did not do it. He held back, and he cost him the match. That's how you make that match work, with both guys still feeling important. You have the storyline aspect with Sammy and Jay coming out in this whole match, and then you have Jimmy and Sammy now arguing on the outside. I love it. That's how you make this story progress even more. And now Sammy's got that dumbfounded look on his face because he knows he done messed up, and he's about to get his ass kicked this Friday night on SmackDown. That's great storytelling. That's how you make this work. Kevin Owens with the big win over Jey Uso, and now you're going to build even more tension between the Usos and Sami heading into Friday Night SmackDown during Roman Reigns' 2-year celebration as Universal Champ. Great storytelling.
I'm just gonna get off the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, because
No, but Earl, you were saying it before. It's true. This is how you
uh,
build storytelling. This is how you get people interested in this kind of stuff.
this is what I was saying before, ladies and gentlemen, just hours ago before we start. It is called compelling television.
Yeah.
It is called compelling television, ladies and gentlemen. It's called compelling television. And this is a great booking. Jeffrey, congratulations, you called it. And
We got the Control backstage right now. Bailey,
yeah,
Dakota Kai, and Io Sky cutting a promo right now on
I'm
Aaliyah.
I'm telling you this right now, Jeffrey. I do not want to see anything else but the Control becoming the brand new women's tag team champions. That's
they're
all I
winning.
want to say.
They're winning. There's no doubt about it. Like I said before earlier in the video, like we both said, the only reason why Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez are in this position because it's a face versus heel dynamic, and because of the fact that Aaliyah, who looked absolutely weak in her matchup on Friday, she pretty much did nothing. Raquel carried that match in that finals match against Sonya and Natalya. The only reason why they're in this match is because Aaliyah is taking the pin. They're going to make Raquel Rodriguez look strong, make her build her up for a singles run eventually, and Aaliyah is just pretty much there to take the pin as like the weak sidekick.
Wait, Jeffrey. Dexter Loomis is in the car with the Miz. The Miz drove off in the parking lot, and
Oh man!
Dexter Loomis is in the car with the Miz. Oh
Did he give
my!
that freaky? Wait, I gotta see this. Did he have that freaky face? I'm like,
Yes, yes, yes.
I
Oh
love
my
this. This is
God!
good stuff. This is great. This is compelling storytelling we've been talking about. This is what you want to see. You're teasing more of this Miz storyline with Dexter Loomis. I love this.
This is
Oh my God! I see him right now. He's in the back window. That is how freaking awesome is this? This is how you use somebody like Dexter Loomis and how they were using him in the beginning of NXT. That is awesome storytelling. That is great. You're making
I
Dexter
swear.
Loomis look like this psychopathic, crazy lunatic, doing everything he can to psychologically mess with the Miz in his head, and Ciampa has no idea what's going on. I love this. This is great storytelling.
You know what this reminds me of? You ever seen the Friday the 13th, the killer? You don't know where he's gonna come out. You don't know where he's gonna
Exactly.
pop up. It's almost just like that. It's almost just like that. You
Because
just
he's got a
never
great character. Dexter
right.
Loomis's whole character is like that. He's a crazed lunatic guy who doesn't say anything, and he's going to do everything to get in your head cerebrally. He's going to mess with your mind. He's going to make you think one thing, and he's going to do something else. He's going to make you
Oh my
guess. And
God.
that's what he did with AJ Styles. He made you think that he was going after Styles, when in reality, he was coming after The Miz. And that's
Yep.
just great cerebral minds. Great cerebral tactics by a guy
And
like
then
Dexter Loomis. That's how
and
you
this
need to
is
use his character. That's
and this
compelling television.
right. I said that. I've been saying that the whole night. I've been
It's
saying
good
that the whole
stuff.
night.
And that's what you need to do
I've
with a guy like Dexter Loomis.
I
That's how
have
they
been
built him in the beginning.
I have said this the entire night. I have been saying this for the entire night. That it's compelling television. It is long-term booking. It is not 50-50 whack booking.
Exactly.
This is some real nuanced storyline where they just take you on this journey. It is just culminating into something special. Jeff, I'm not going to spoil it for you and Earl because something funny just happened as
He says he's
singing.
a little bit ahead, so he must have Raw
Uh,
must be back for him already. It's the thing with Raw now. You have to literally be paying attention every single second. You can't miss anything because of the things that Triple H is doing. He's dropping these little things that you literally have to keep. You have to keep your eye on the television because you don't know what you're going to miss that could actually turn out to be something very viable and important in terms of storyline for this company.
well, that's
So
what that's what
that's
that's what
great stuff. It
yeah
makes you want to watch.
that's what I'm talking about. Those little nuances.
It makes
We
you want to pay attention to television.
right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting to come back to Monday Night Raw. Apparently, something happened. We're gonna figure out what happened as soon as we come back on the air. Yeah. Excuse me. Um.
But that was awesome. Dexter Loomis coming over there. And why did WWE release this guy? I mean, is Vince McMahon that clueless? Dexter Loomis is
He
one of the most
said,
compelling characters on this damn show.
according to what Vince's army says, that he was not going over with the audience. So
Because he didn't talk?
I guess so. I
Did
guess
he
that
not
was
watch
what.
NXT?
I guess that was one of the reasons why Vince said no.
Did
He's
he
got to
not
go.
watch NXT? Dexter
No.
Loomis had one of the most intriguing characters on television. Great in the ring, didn't even have to say anything, and he was over. That's how good Dexter Loomis is. Easily one of the most compelling characters in WWE at that time. And I thought it was a joke they released him. He was one of the guys that made you scratch your head, and he screwed up Indy
Well,
Hartwell.
that's
That
how.
whole storyline when he cut him.
But that's how dumb Vince is. I mean, look what he
I
did
don't think
when
he's
he.
dumb, Earl. I think he's just because he was out of touch. He was out of
Oh,
touch of like things that were going on in WWE. I wouldn't call him dumb.
okay. Okay, that was a strong word. I apologize. I'm
And now they
sorry.
got on television right now the return of Johnny Wrestling, Mr. Rebel Heart, Johnny friggin' Gargano. How good this guy is. Another
Yeah.
guy that everybody loved in NXT. If you watch Johnny Gargano in the matches that he had with DIY against the Revival, along with Tommaso Ciampa, as well as his feud against Tommaso Ciampa, his 2 out of 3 falls for the North American Championship against Adam Cole. Johnny Gargano is one of the best wrestlers in WWE. And I'm so happy that WWE was able to bring this guy back because of how good he is. He is the next Daniel. And to me, he's not. I would say he's the next Daniel Bryan, but in the way, I want him to be the first Johnny Gargano because he's that good. And I heard actually a rumor they're going to potentially bring back Theory's first name. We can finally start calling him Austin Theory again. Thank God. I'm tired of calling him Theory. I want to call him Austin Theory, like I want to call Ciampa Tommaso Ciampa. And we got a backstage interview they cut earlier with Johnny Gargano right now in the WWE.
Right.
I love this. Johnny Gargano is another one I love.
Yeah.
But success affects everybody a little bit differently. You're a different kind of leader when you start from the bottom. In theory, given those gifts, and given who he knows.
Here comes Theory down the stairs.
I haven't seen or heard from him in 9 months. He didn't even call the baby before, so I don't even know. You want to talk about a call? Hey, please. Just want to talk. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Theory.
How would you book this feud, Earl?
That's not a question.
Very, very carefully. Very carefully and very slowly. I would do like the jealousy angle kind of a thing, where
Austin Theory's got new merch.
yeah.
I love Austin Theory too. I think the guy's got worlds of talent. I think he gets way too much hate. I think the guy's got incredible charisma, very good in the ring, and he definitely feels like a guy that could be the face of this company. I love Austin Theory. I am not afraid to say that I am an Austin Theory fan. I think he's great.
I think what I need to do here is I would book Theory versus Gargano for the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I don't like that. I don't know if I want to throw Gargano to have that briefcase immediately.
But no, but what I'm saying is that Theory keeps the briefcase.
I see what you mean. Like a briefcase match, but Theory ends up winning it.
Right, exactly.
I can see that. Because in a way, Theory's been booked to like really be a loser recently. He's been getting beaten up a lot. He's had comebacks, like people coming back against him. He's not really won a lot. Theory needs to start gaining some momentum as the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And Johnny Gargano, he's got to start putting himself out there, building himself up slowly to get himself into a position where he could become a champion because he just slowly came back. As much as we love Johnny, He can't just automatically be thrown right in there to become a champion immediately or win anything. He's got to be built up slowly to get to that point where he can become a U.S. champion, an Intercontinental
Right.
champion, eventually a tag team champion, and then obviously a world champion. That's what we
Right.
want to see with a guy like Johnny Gargano. And
Right.
now they're doing the preview right now for Clash of the Castle, the event,
Right.
and the matchups that are going to be happening in terms of the big-time matches at Clash of the Castle. Obviously, Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns is going to be headlining the show this Saturday for the WWE Universal Championship. We got Matt Riddle taking on Seth Rollins right now in a one-on-one matchup. They teased their feud going on all the way since back before SummerSlam. We got Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, where Liv Morgan right now is nursing that arm injury, and it's pretty much the underdog champion going against the badass heel in Shayna Baszler. We got the six-man/woman tag match going on with Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Edge taking on the Judgment Day of Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Rhea Ripley. That's a six-man tag/women's tag match. We got Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship match, which I'm very intrigued.
like
I could
to
steal
call
the
him.
show. I could
I
steal the
call him.
show at the night.
I call him Walter.
Walter, either way, I think that match is going to steal the damn
Oh yes.
show.
Oh yes.
With those two beating the hell out of each other at Clash of the Castle. And then, of
Yes.
course, the six-woman tag match we're going to be getting at Clash of the Castle with Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and the WWE Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair taking on the Control, coupled with Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. And now they're doing right now featuring the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship and going over all the matchups that have happened during this tournament right now, highlighting Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez and their victories against Shotzi Blackheart and Xia Li, as well as the semifinals against Natalya and Sonya Deville, as well as they're highlighting the Controls, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai's victories they had. Getting ready for that women's tag team championship match that's going to be happening in the finals.
Yep. And thank you, Jeffrey, for all of that news. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done enough talk. It is time for the main event.
Yep.
The Raw tag team. Well, no, these tag team belts, ladies and gentlemen, can be defended on both brands.
Yes.
Both brands.
It can even be defended on NXT. Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah,
These
yes,
belts are not
yes.
exclusive to just Raw and SmackDown. They can be defended on NXT. As weird as
Oh,
that might
yes.
sound, because NXT also has tag team champions. But
Right.
maybe in the future we could be seeing a uniting or a unification match with the NXT Women's Championship matches on NXT and the WWE. And right now they're introducing the Controls, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, along with Bayley. The Control is now coming out as we're getting ready for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship final between Io Sky and Dakota Kai, taking on Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez.
And we're going to commercial, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time for tonight. Well, this has been some Raw.
There's been some very exciting things happening on this show tonight.
This has been a solid go-home show.
Absolutely.
A solid. Way better.
To keep.
Yes, way better than previous Raw go-home shows.
So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button on my channel as well as Earl's channel and the Hardcore Sports Network. We appreciate everybody coming by the stream tonight. We're streaming on 7 platforms right now, including myself, Earl's, and the Hardcore Sports Network's YouTube channels, as well as Earl's channel, WWERawCole.com, as well as my Twitter channel, JeffyT85, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network Twitter and the Hardcore Sports Network Twitch. Thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, and we appreciate you guys coming by the Raw Watch-Along. Earl, kick it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, and I'll say it again, this is our 4th installment of the Raw Watch-Along. Jeffrey and I will be back next week when Raw comes to you from Kansas City, Missouri. It will be the fallout from the Clash of the Castle, and I'm quite sure it's going to be a very solid show. Jeffrey and I will also be together for All Out, the pay-per-view from AEW. We are going to be doing that. And of course, the Clash of the Castle this coming Saturday afternoon. Dexter
Mhm.
Loomis is just like the
Danhausen.
okay, Danhausen. I don't know if I would compare him to
Uh,
Danhausen.
a little different, yeah.
No, that's a little out there. That's a little out there. Um,
Danhausen's like that goofy character, like that's that weird, goofy, happy character. While Dexter Loomis is like a serial killer, the way he
right,
comes off.
exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, Jeffrey and I will return next Monday night with Monday Night Raw, the fallout from the Clash of the Castle. We will also be together for AEW All Out. We will also do the Clash of the Castle,
Hmm.
ladies and gentlemen.
With our guys, I believe Mitch Kofsky, possibly
Yes,
Mac the Giants fan, and I believe AK Eagles will be joining us for Clash at the Castle this coming
right.
Saturday.
So we're all going to be together, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday afternoon. We hope
Hmm.
that you'll tune in for that. Um,
Absolutely.
on September 1st, ladies and gentlemen, we have a massive wrestling experience show. On that show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing the uh, AEW Dynamite wrap up. Then we're going to be doing predictions for the Clash of the Castle. Then we're going to be doing predictions for All Out. So that is
Hmm.
a massive show to kick off the Labor Day weekend. We hope that you'll enjoy us for that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to the Raw main event.
Now, Earl, I just have one quick question. How's your phone doing right now? Is your phone still holding up well?
Jeffrey, you are a genius.
Is your
You
phone
are a
holding up right
genius.
now? Just to
Yes, it
make sure you don't
is.
get disconnected during these.
Yes.
So
No,
it's
no.
going to help. Your phone shouldn't overheat over time, and you'd be able to have your phone connected so you wouldn't lose any connection. But as
Right.
Earl said, we are getting ready now for the WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament Final, the main event of the show tonight on Monday Night Raw. Between Dakota
And
Kai and
as
Io Sky taking on Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah.
and Jeffrey and I do agree on the outcome of this match. The control must stay in control and win these inaugural tag team belts.
Further, I agree.
Uh,
Let's go,
further,
man. Let's go.
let's go further. Let's go. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? Kansas City, here we come next Monday night for Raw. If you ever been in Kansas City, ladies and gentlemen, I've never been to Kansas City, but I hear they have some great barbecue in Kansas City. Um, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
I
we
have to be
are.
honest, Earl. I have to be
Yeah.
honest. The only thing that Raquel and pretty much this match should be featuring Raquel at moments looking dominant. I apologize if anybody's an Aaliyah fan. I'm sorry, but this woman cannot wrestle, and she needs to get back in the
Um,
performance center and wrestle a little bit more because she can't go in the
yeah,
ring. I
she's
apologize
green.
if you're a fan of her. She can't go in the ring. She's not good, and I
She's
think
green.
she's very green. She has that bubbly, lovely personality. She's sort of like what Liv Morgan was years ago when she was just getting started. Very
And
green. Alexa Bliss before that. That bubbly
I'm going to
personality.
right. And I'm going to agree with you, Jeffrey. She should be the one to take the L
She
and the
has to.
pin.
She has to.
That is the only thing that I'm going to accept in this match.
It makes no sense to pin Raquel. I mean, Raquel is a woman that right now you're building up as a potential future champion.
Right.
Aaliyah, no disrespect to her, she's a mid carder right now. That's all she is. She's not going to be somebody that's going to be competing for a championship anytime. Her only
No.
reason being in this match is to make Raquel look good, make her look strong, and for Aaliyah to eat that pin when eventually either Dakota or Io pin her for that championship. I think Io is actually the one that's going to make the pin. And here we go. We got Aaliyah and Io Sky collar edge tied up right now in the middle of the ring for the WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament Final.
And I just want to point out something to everyone in my audience. This will be fun. Yes, further. Yes, here we go further. I just want to point out something to everyone, and I think that it needs to be addressed. Um, if you notice in all of the women's matches, either on SmackDown or Raw, the length of the matches have been greatly improved. It's no longer 2 minute matches. The matches are going between 10 to 15 minutes, which is good.
Absolutely.
Um,
Everybody forgets how good Io Sky is. Io Sky is tremendous. She might
yeah,
not, but she obviously is still learning, the English language, so she'd be able to help her cut some promos on the mic. But when it comes to her in-ring work, there's not a lot of women's wrestlers that are better than Io. She's that good.
right,
And Dakota, she's no slouch either. There's a reason why
right.
Triple H has loved Dakota Kai and why she brought her in. And then backstage right now, we got Tamina and Nikki ASH, as well as Dana Brooke and Dewdrop in the backstage watching this matchup as we go.
Right. Aaliyah, uh,
You're right.
Chad says Aaliyah needs to go back to the NXT. I'm not a huge fan of her either. Raquel is a beast. Hopefully, he gets the Braun Strowman back and then team with Raquel.
Oh,
Interesting.
can you imagine that? Raquel and
The-
Braun in the same company. And that was one of the rumors I want to get to you real quickly, Earl. I know we're on the championship match right now, but there's rumors floating around that the monster among men might be making his way back to WWE. There's seeds being planted from Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp saying that there's a possibility that Braun Strowman might be coming back to the WWE. And you think about that, another big time main eventer to the top of that card. It's only going to help strengthen the top of your wrestling card going forward if you can bring back a guy like Braun Strowman. Even though I'm not a big fan of his, still, he is a main event guy, and he does have a lot of pull when it comes to the fan bases in the WWE. So don't be surprised if you see Braun Strowman back in the WWE in the coming future, as well as Bronson Reed, another guy that WWE is looking to possibly bring back, who's currently right now wrestling in New Japan. So Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, two names to keep a lookout that possibly could be making the return to the WWE in the near future.
Um, I, I mean, with Braun Strowman, unfortunately,
And we're going
Vince,
to commercial break, so we can go into
right,
depth there now about this
you,
discussion.
right, with Braun Strowman, ladies and gentlemen, Braun Strowman had an impressive resume in the WWE. He did until Vince put his nasty hands in his booking and ruined him.
Remember, he's the most
Uh,
over guy back in 2017, 2018 with that feud with Roman.
right. The problem is that if you bring him back, how is the audience going to react to it? Because he was very good in the beginning, and then all of a sudden Vince went there and booked him in these dumb
He
comedic,
was great.
and
He
he
was great
booked
as a
him
heel.
booked him in these dumb comedic spots that made absolutely no sense, and then booked him in matches that made no sense and ruined him.
You know what the
Basically
problem
ruined
was,
him.
Earl? The problem with that is that they had the chance to pull the trigger and give Braun Strowman the championship during that fatal four-way match at SummerSlam in 2017, where Braun Strowman was over as hell with the crowd. Everybody was cheering for Braun Strowman. That was the chance to pull the trigger and give him the title. Or later that year, at Great Balls of Fire, when it was Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, that was the time to pull the trigger and give the title to Braun Strowman, and they didn't do it. And after that, Braun Strowman's stock started trickling down and down and down, and the crowd just didn't care about him. And then, like you said, they booked him in comedic feuds. Just stop. He just wasn't feeling important anymore. They tried to bring him back as this weird type of feud that he had going in, especially when he was feuding with Bray Wyatt, when Bray Wyatt was the Fiend. They had him win the championship at the time because of Roman Reigns leaving due to the COVID stuff. He became champion where he beat Goldberg in like 2 seconds. And it just felt unimportant. And that was pretty much the last time we saw Braun Strowman was back during the COVID era, 2020. So, yeah, it's that chance in 2017 was the time they should have taken advantage and pulled the trigger on him, and they didn't do it. And ever since then, Braun Strowman was just pretty much a novelty comedic act, and he just didn't feel the same.
No, and the thing is that as I said before, they Vince buried him, and
He
when you
did.
bury it, when you bury someone, it's hard to sit there and invest in somebody because if you don't care, then why should we?
Exactly.
So that's the attitude that I took after he was buried. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not interested.
It's years of
Um,
making somebody feel not important. That's the thing. You're right. You're absolutely 100% right, Earl. You're right. Why should somebody give a damn about Braun Strowman when Vince McMahon and the WWE creative at the time made him feel irrelevant?
so,
And it depends on the character, and it depends on how the creator books the character. That maybe they can find a way to revive how good they were before and help build themselves back up to being good again. Hence,
right,
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
right, right,
It's simple concept. It's the wrestling fans know this. Why did WWE creative not know this for years?
exactly.
Because we know and we have a concept of what wrestling should be booked like in 2021 and 2022 compared to Vince McMahon and
Exactly.
his crew who were booking wrestling back in the 1970s and 80s.
Right. Exactly.
But
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen, for the Raw main event. And EO is pinning Raquel and she kicked out. Now she tags in Dakota Kai, and Dakota and Raquel are in the ring and they're legal competitors. She's pinning Raquel and no, that Raquel kicks out at 2.
how's the crowd reception right now going for EO and Dakota? Are they getting cheered or is it very
Um
quiet?
it seems like a little no. It was mixed before, but now I see the energy is sort of like winding down with the audience.
Okay. Because I'm curious to see how Dakota and EO are going to get in terms of crowd reaction, as being booked like this.
Oh,
Because the main event, we know the main roster audience don't really know these women that much because they were in NXT for so long. So the WWE, the main roster audience needs to get used to these two because
and,
they don't watch NXT. A lot of these people don't watch NXT.
but not only that, Jeffrey. Not only that, you have to understand that the live audience has to be reintroduced to some great booking. They're expecting to come in here tonight and
That
think
was
that we're
cool, by
gonna
the
get
way.
some whack. They're gonna think that we're gonna get some whack show booking.
Absolutely.
So you have to turn the mind off that you're in a new regime. This is
Yep.
not this is not what you're going to get used to anymore.
And this is what I was saying before. Raquel Rodriguez is in there dominating EO with Dakota. That's what you need to do.
Right,
Raquel is your star. You need to make her look strong, beat the hell out of these two, and make her look
right.
like a beast. So eventually, when she gets to that point, she can challenge for the women's championship and she can feel viable and feel like a real option. And that's exactly what they're
Right.
doing. They're having her go out
Oh,
there and dominate the two of them right now in the ring. That's what you need to
exactly.
do. That's how you showcase a new up and coming star on the main roster like Raquel Rodriguez, who is destined to be a women's world champ.
Exactly. And Dakota Kai almost pinned Raquel and she kicked out. This is again Ricard.
Nice, nice code red by EO.
Right. Oh wow. Wow. Raquel Gonzalez with a vicious clothesline, turning Io Shirai inside out. Uh oh. Bailey just grabbed. Oh no. Um, I don't know how to describe
Oh
it,
my
but
god, I just caught it too. She made her do a 360. Oh
right.
my god. I think you know what, Mac? I
Wait,
think
that's it. One, two, no.
I think Mac's right. I would not be surprised if they do try to convert Raquel eventually into a heel because I think this goody two shoes. Hi, I'm Raquel. How are you? That thing's got to stop. The smiling crap has got
Yeah,
to stop. You got to make her feel more important and more like a badass. And I think the best thing to do is turn her against
uh
Aaliyah,
oh.
and
Here
that's how you can
comes
start getting
Bianca.
babyface.
Here comes Bianca. And they are chasing Bailey out of the arena.
There
They
you
are
go.
chasing. They're chasing Bailey out of the arena. Wait a minute. Wait, Aaliyah tags. Aaliyah with a blind tag.
Why are all three of them going
Oh,
after one person?
hmm.
I don't get that.
No, I don't get that either.
Unless she's trying to outsmart them. Bailey might be trying to outsmart the three of them.
Wait. Aaliyah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. We got a new tag team champs. Aaliyah and Raquel are your new.
So
Aaliyah and.
Aaliyah got the pin.
Yep.
You got to be kidding me. Unless that's just supposed to be a way to build up more feud between Dakota and Io, I don't understand it. Unless this is going to be like the next lovable duo between Raquel and Aaliyah.
Aaliyah's biggest moment, biggest win of her career.
Maybe it is a good thing. Maybe they want to try to build these two as like the unlikely duo,
That's
a
not what
powerhouse
I
like Raquel
but maybe
and
that's
like
a good
underdog
thing.
like Aaliyah. It could be like that. I don't
Yeah.
love it. I have to be real. I don't love the decision. I would have rather seen the titles be put on Io and Dakota, but obviously there's a bigger storyline going on with this. But you know what? Congratulations
Wow.
to Raquel. Congratulations to Aaliyah, Asuka, Bianca, and Alexa Bliss right now are congratulating the three women in the ring right now as they
Right.
are now the official new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. As Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez, with interference and help from Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Bliss, they are now the official new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Aaliyah and congratulations to Raquel Rodriguez. I don't love the decision, but either way, congratulations. And it's a nice little moment we have at the end of Monday Night Raw. Did not expect that. And like Max said, maybe it's a good thing. And I agree further. Wow, nobody expected that to happen. That was different. And Aaliyah getting the pin of all
And the
people.
pyro
Underdog story.
and the
Underdog
pyro
story.
goes off. Yes. And folks, that is going to end Monday Night Raw from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
They're trying to make these two feel like a out of place team, but like give them that type of out of place feel, but make them feel important.
Right.
It's a nice moment. I'll say that it's a really nice moment to see the women in the ring giving these two the due, like
Right.
Raquel and Aaliyah. So it's a nice moment, but obviously it's going to build to eventual turn going on. But that's it. The WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament is officially over. Your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions are officially now Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. They've defeated Io Sky and Dakota Kai of The Control in the finals of this championship in the main event in a great, very, very good Women's Tag Team Championship final. There you go. That's Monday Night Raw for you guys. And now they're just pretty much building up for the show and the pay-per-view this coming Saturday as the baby faces all celebrate, all five of them celebrate in the ring, while the heels are on the outside looking distressed, disgusted, and just wondering what the hell happened. So that's your Monday Night Raw show, guys, everybody.
Yeah, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, ladies and gentlemen. I said it before and I'll say it again. This has been a very solid go-home show.
Mm-hmm.
I expected the booking to be great. It was great tonight. We got some great, compelling wrestling. We got some interesting storylines heading into the Clash of the Castle this Saturday afternoon. I am looking forward to this well, we don't call it a pay-per-view anymore. We call it the premiere live event. Looking forward to that. It should be a great afternoon of wrestling brought to you by Triple H and the WWE. This is the first time Triple H is running a pay-per-view. So
Second time. Second time.
Second time. Second
Yeah,
time. Oh.
he read SummerSlam. That was his first
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That is right. I do apologize for that. I forgot about
Don't
that.
worry
He
about
did
it.
SummerSlam.
I'll
Yo,
let it
it's
slide
so.
this time. I'll let you slide this time, Earl. I'll let it go for this one time, but maybe next time I might have to give you a demerit on that one. But this will be Triple H's second show for
Second
officially
show.
going on.
Second show. Yeah, second
But
show.
I
But
just
it
want to
is.
give a
Go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that was in the chat today for the Raw watch along for with us for the past 2.5, 3 hours. Boston X Official, Mackenzie TV, Chad Schrader, Mac the Giants fan, Dance87, CWE Bedstoy, Unpopular Opinion Sports, Raphael, Ms. Devai,
Further.
Drew on that beat, Further AM, Adrian Sports 4177. Everybody here, we appreciate you guys, Normal Guy as well. We appreciate all you guys that have come out for the WWE Raw watch along with myself and Earl Cole. And if you guys, last time we're going to say this tonight, if you guys have not already, please smash that like button for my channel, Earl's channel, and the Hardcore Sports Network. We've right now been going for at least about 3 hours broadcast with this WWE Raw event. Please make sure you hit the like button. It's going to only help out the broadcast for us going forward. We appreciate all you guys coming by for the Raw watch along. Thank you very much. Sincerely, we would not be doing this if it wasn't for your guys. And now, Earl, please close us out, man. Close us out for the
Yes.
show today.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, and I'll say it again. The fourth installment of the Raw Watch Along has been a complete success. We've done these now for 4 episodes, and of course, the Triple H era continues, and it will continue on next Monday night as Raw comes to you from the beautiful state of Kansas City, Missouri. It
Thank
is
you,
the
Matt.
for Great job. So thank you very much, Mac the Giants fan. I appreciate it. And I will see you, Mac the Giants fan, on the Wrestling Experience on September the 22nd. And we're gonna have fun with that night as well. As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th installment of the Raw Watch Along. Jeffrey has been absolutely fantastic
And
as
so have you,
always.
Earl. So have you.
As
Don't sell
always,
yourself short.
he has been absolutely fantastic. We always have a good time together, and this Raw watch along has been brilliant. Again, like I said, we will be back again for the Raw 5th episode of the Raw watch along next Monday night when the WWE rolls into Kansas City, Missouri. So I hope everyone will have a great Tuesday. Thanks everyone who joined us in the chat. Thanks everyone who hit the like button. Please subscribe to Jeffrey's channel. Please subscribe to my channel and the Hardcore Sports channel. And I will be back again with the edition of the Wrestling Experience this Thursday night. Until I see you over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and Thursday night, I am Earl Cole. He is Jeffrey Turner. Good night, everyone, and
Peace.
have a great Tuesday.
Have a great night, everybody, and thank you for coming by the stream.